All right, peace, 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 love, harmony, and delight. All right, so we got sound. I'm gonna give some people some time to tune into the live feed. All right, we're about to get this in. Let me just make sure that we good over here. All right, cool. We good. We good. We good. We good. All right. Peace and love, brothers and sisters. I'm back at it again. And I did receive a couple of emails and I responded. So, man, beautiful. All right. Getting this work done. You feel me? All right. So here we go. Peace and love. Peace and love. Lovely. All right. All right. All right. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, give some people some time to get into the build, man. You know what I mean? Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. All right, here we go. Let me see what it, what it looks like out here. All right. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. All right. Not bad at all. So in this video, we're gonna talk about, hey, peace and love, fam. In this video, we're gonna talk about reconnecting to the spiritual warrior within. Okay, it's important that we tap into that spiritual warrior mode. It's important because that's gonna go a long way, a long way, man. All right, it's gonna go a long way. So with that being said, I'm gonna share a quick video, by this brother, Deontay Wilder. All right, and just for a second, I just want you to feel the brother's energy. Okay, so let us get into that. Let me share that with you. Here we go. I know you guys could see this. And, Deontay Wilder erupts on reporter for questioning his comments. Now, for those of you who probably don't know who Deontay Wilder is, I guess you could, look him up. But he's a fighter, all right? And I just came across, in fact, I never really heard of the brother, actually before yesterday or today. I just saw a clip and just something in the brother's eyes. I was like, let me just click on that and hear what happened or see what happened. And yeah, the brother got, a strong energy, man. So let us play this. All right. Check it out. Okay, what's going on here?
I mean, it's just the energy. The energy is building up. All the talk is going to come to a ease. It's over with. That's just the energy. I'm tired of hearing this story about him promoting this mental illness, about turning up the bottle, about putting that sugar daddy and his sugar mommy in his nose, or that sweet candy, or that white girl, whatever you want to call that powder. I'm tired of him talking about losing weight. Man, this is America, man. That goes on every day. I don't want no foreigner coming over here selling no story in the American public, suck into this because he has a British accent. Get the fuck out of here. Because if I was the one doing that, they'll call me a drug addict. They'll call me somebody that abused my body. They'll call me probably a terrorist. It's just I come from a different world. I ain't hearing that. But it's time. Everything he says, I'm gonna hold it against him. I can be the judge in the ring. Everybody that comes with him, they can't speak for him. They can talk that shit, but when they come in the ring, it's only me and him. He can have 4 trainers. I don't give a fuck who he got in his corner. He can have the best of the best trainers in the corner. They can't fight for him. They can't teach him nothing that is gonna be able to prepare for me because I'm different. I'm one of a kind. Y'all don't understand, man. Understand. Come on, man. When have we seen who the last person you seen him knock out?
Been a while.
All right, then. So we don't believe him. What he says, we don't believe. But what I say, you better take it. You better take it to the bank, because I don't play around in this sport, man. I say what I say, and I deliver it. And you got to be careful, man. They're going to tell you what he going to do. He actually do it to you. And that's what I do. I'm a man of my word. Many times people have said what I can't do, what I'm not going to do. But you don't have the power to prove that to no one, do you? But I have all the power to prove that. Not only do I can tell you, I'm going to knock you out. But when it's time for it to happen, I show you what I'm all about. I show you. And it don't get no beautiful than that. That a man can tell you what he going to do and then do it. These fighters always worrying about how bigger they are than I, whatever. Who give a fuck? Who cares? I know if they know them, they know me. You know, and that's just bottom line. I don't care. You never heard me talk about how big I want to be or what. I give a fuck about that. I don't want to be bigger. I don't care who knows me. I like to be low key, down low. That's the way I roll. That way nobody won't understand or know what I have or possess. That way they won't have to be sitting back lurking and try to rob from me, because I pity the fool that does that. I have a lot of people around me, positive energy, positive speaking, positive believing, until that energy is broken. And then there's consequences behind that action. See, I don't care about all that. But what I do care about is protecting my family and providing for them. What's I'm gonna do? I got a beautiful life, man. I got a happy life. I'm a happy being. Only time y'all see me in rage is when I turn into the bronze mama. But this is the week of the fight. This is the time for it to happen, to everything to come out. I feel it, bro. You can't feel the power. You can't feel this energy. Oh my goodness.
Radio around here.
Oh my goodness.
You said that your people have been fighting for 400
Come on, man. Your people's too.
So I just want you to explain
your people's too.
That.
You know what I'm talking about. Y'all all know what I'm talking about, man. Don't sit up here and try to bait and not know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what the fuck I talk about when I say these things. Your people too.
Explain it.
I ain't got to explain what's understood. Radio Raheem, I don't have to explain what's understood, man. You know what I mean by that. You know what I say by that. I ain't got to go further. And if anybody don't understand that, then God be with them. Go look up the history. Go look up the history. Shit, don't everybody believe in Google? Go Google that shit. See what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, man. You know what I dare you to sit up there and say, explain. You know what I'm talking about, man. It's fighting people. You know we've been fighting 400 and still fighting to this day. To this day. To this day. You just sit here and you don't know what I'm talking about? Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Let's go, man.
All right, so y'all see what I'm talking about, right? That energy right there. You know, like the brother said, man, you know, you acting like you don't know. We've been fighting. We've been fighting for 400 years. You see that energy? That's what I'm talking about. That warrior energy right there. You feel me? You could feel the words. Like, that's why I tell people all the talking. You know, talking don't mean nothing until you're ready to put in that work. That's when the true, you see, I mean, I was so hyped. Man, I took my shirt off. I'm like, listen, I'm doing this build without shirt. I'm going to be flexing. I'm going to be like, what? Like, for real, for real. That's the energy that I'm talking about. Too many of our people, you know, running around here fearful. You know what I'm saying? All scared. No. You know where that energy comes from. And like the brother said, man, having positive energies around you until it's broken. And when it's broken, there is consequences for that. Now, that's deep. That's deep, because a lot of us, we tend to have, you know, people around us with that kind of energy. And when they break the energy, that positive energy, there's no consequences. You feel me? There's no consequences. There gotta be consequences. And that's what he's talking about. They Radio Raheem, whoever know what he's talking about. You know we've been fighting this for over 400 years, but you acting like you don't know. But he say, you know, man, it's about the energy. Can you feel that energy? So when the man is fighting, the man is not just fighting for him. The man is fighting for our ancestors. Yes. And he never said, hey, we come from Africa. He said, you know what he said? You know what we're talking about. You know what you're talking about. We've been fighting for 400 years. And he was talking to another brother. But yesterday he isolated himself in a way as to say, man, I don't know who you think you are, but I'm different from you. And a lot of people got to read between the lines. You got to read between the lines. Is that energy? So what we're going to talk today on the bill right now is about energy, man. We have to direct and focus on our energy on what we need to focus it on. We spend too much of our energy fighting each other. That's the problem. All right. So we're going to dig a little deeper into energy, get a little bit into the body. And then I'm going to talk about some foods. All right. Because I don't think y'all understand, man. I don't think y'all have a true understanding of who we are. I'm talking about we gods, man. And when I say gods, I'm talking about gods in the true essence of the word, evoking that spirit, evoking that energy, because that's all God means, to evoke. That's all it means, to evoke. You feel me? So when I call you God, I'm talking about evoking the true energy of the true Most High, not the slave master's God, not their Jesus, none of that. You feel me? None of that. I'm talking about the true essence of what God is. When I call you God, that's what I mean. You did. So we're going to get a little bit into that. We're going to talk about the energy and how to take your energy to a whole different level. You don't understand who we are, man. We superhumans. And that's why they have to keep trying to contain us and hold us down. When they came, they call us savages because of the shit we could do and the shit that we can't do. But they don't want you to know. So they're giving you poison foods, the information that you take, whether you are hearing the information through music, through spoken word, whatever it is, okay, is a form of eating that information. And they say you are what you eat. So therefore, if you are what you eat, then you are definitely, if you are what you eat, then you eat what you are. Vice versa is the same thing. You feel me? So we're going to go a little deeper into that. And man, like I said, I'm hyped. So let's do this. Because shit, I'm doing this without shit. I'm like, man, listen, I'm ready. You know what I mean? I'm ready. So, enough with the BS. So what I'm going to do is let us get into a little science right now so we could get a better understanding of what, and who we are. I want y'all to know. That's why these people, they're afraid of us. But you see, they don't want you to know they're afraid of us. So they have to try to control you through fear. It's a reverse psychology. We're afraid of them. So let us try to find ways where we could keep them in fear. Because the moment that they ever wake up and realize they don't need to be afraid of us, it's going to be a problem. All right? Man, listen, we got supernatural abilities, man. The reason why we don't have it, or we are not able to express it, is because of what we are putting in our system. And don't get me wrong, I'm guilty of that too. That's why I'm here back on the land, trying to step up my game and changing the whole way of how I think, take it to a whole different level. Y'all think I'm on a different level right now. Wait till I get my shit together. Watch. All I can say is watch. Because I ain't going to just talk about it. I'm going to be about it. So let me share this with y'all. Okay? So what we're going to do right now, we're going to go into the cell, because like I said, I'm a teacher. And when I teach, I want y'all to know what I'm talking about. Okay? I want y'all to know what I'm talking about. Let us get within your body right now, because people don't realize, you are not the physical body. The physical body is just the host. All right? So let us get into what's the makeup of you. And that's why they put you in situations where they're able to lock you in a cell. You know what I'm saying? Brothers and sisters, pay attention to that word right here, cell. Okay? A cell. Okay? A cell. Like I told y'all, man, if y'all want to come to a channel to look for gossip, negativity, debate, y'all on the wrong channel. Nah. I'm about building. As you could see, it says right here, I know the The feed is, there's a little lag on that, but for some reason, let me see. Can you guys see what I'm showing y'all right now? I just want to know. Maybe it's you know, my phone have a little delay, but I just need somebody to know. Can you see what I'm showing right now? Anybody? Well, I guess you can now because I could see it. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look about the cell, because everything that's happening around you, there's no coincidence. Okay, there's no coincidence as to anything that's happening. The way things are structured. All right, the environment they put us in, the thoughts that they inject by their suggestions, because a lot of times you think it's your own thought, but no, it's not. It is a thought that's being developed by a suggestion that comes from outside of you, and all that stuff is happening through different electric what they call electronic magnetic waves, and a lot of people don't realize that. So sometimes you're having a thought and you actually think it's your thought, but no, it is a thought that was injected in you through some type of frequency, and then your subconscious is just trying to analyze it and make sense out of it, and now you're thinking that's your thought. No, it's not. So let us talk about the cell. What is a cell? Because once again, they put you in a cell, all right? And some people say, it's a block, right? A block, that's your cell, it's your block. Yo, what block you in, son? I'm in N49, 47, 46, all right? Look at the relation. Look at the coherence of what I'm going to show you today. It's time to step up that frequency, brothers and sisters. So let us read on what is a cell, all right? What is a cell? All right, here we go. Cells are the basic building blocks of all living things. Right there alone. Cells are the basic, and we're not talking about basic. This is just basic. We're not talking about the like when you have basic cable and you have the premium. We're not even talking about the premium building blocks. We're talking about the basic. Okay? So if you're definitely, your cells are doing what they're supposed to do, and I'm talking about in its basic element. Just imagine when you got the supreme package. I'm talking about, can somebody talk about X-Man and Superman? I'm about to show y'all the potential that y'all got, but y'all don't know y'all got it because y'all keep playing games with these people. All right? Cells are the basic building blocks of all living things. The human body is composed of what? Trillions of cells. Did I say hundreds? No. Did I say thousands? No. Did I say millions? No. Did I say billions? No. I said trillions. Trillions. And not just 1 trillion. I'm talking about trillions of cells. Okay? They provide the structure for the body. Take in nutrients from the food, convert those nutrients into what? Energy. Into energy. So we are all energy. You are energy. The universe is energy. The Most High is energy. There's no he, there's no she. It's just energy. That's what it is. Okay? And how does that energy express itself? Through what? The building blocks of every living thing is what? Made up of cells. The human body composed of trillions of them. And they provide the structure for the body. What is the body? Yes, your physical body, your mind as well. It taking nutrients from foods. It convert those nutrients into what? Energy. So what? You become what you eat. If you eat fear, then you are going to produce fear. Okay? If you eat GMO food, then you're going to become a GMO living organism. If you eat dead food, then what you're going to become? You're going to become dead. You feel me? That's what it's about. And carrying out specialized functions. Each cell have a function. My brothers and sisters, every single day, your body is rejuvenating itself. Every single day, you're becoming a new man and a new woman. But you see, the changes are done incrementally. They're done so small and so minute that you are not realizing that you are changing. You are becoming a new individual every single second of the day because you are transforming. But because of the foods that we eat, the music we listen to, the company that we keep, we are not realizing the full potential of our building blocks. We are not realizing the full potential. Our cells are not working the way they are supposed to work for us. Okay? Cells also contain the body's hereditary material and can make copies of what? Themselves. I'm going to read that again. Because y'all got to hear me today. Y'all going to hear me today. Okay? I'm going to read that again. All right? I'm going to read that again because I want to make myself very, very, very clear. Very clear. All right? Cells are the basic building blocks of all living things. Now, we have heard that in kindergarten, but a lot of people don't realize the significance of what we were being taught. Okay? Of what we were being taught. The human body is composed of trillions of cells. They provide structure for the body, take in the nutrients from food, convert those nutrients into energy, and carry out specialized functions. Cells also contain the body's hereditary material and can make copies of themselves. Can you talk about transformation? Cells have many parts, each with a different function. Some of these parts, called organelles, are specialized structures that perform certain tasks within the cell. Human cells contain the following major parts listed in alphabetical order. And we're going to go through a list of those things. Now, it might take me a little time to pronounce some of those words. Science wasn't really my best subject. It was really math. All right, because I always knew that numbers don't lie. So I'm just saying. All right, now let's look at cells here for a second. Cytoplasm. Cytoplasm. Within cells, the cytoplasm is made up of jello-like fluids called the cytosol. Cytosol. Look at that word right here. Soul. All right. Now, who gave the world soul? Who are the people who gave the world soul? And other structures that surround the nucleus. Then you have the cytoskeleton. The cytoskeleton is a network of long fibers that make up the cell's structural framework. The cytoskeleton has several critical functions, including determining all cell shape, participating in cell division, and allowing cells to move. It also provides a track-like system that directs the movement of the organelles and other substances within the cell. Then you have the next one, the endoplasmic reticulum, ER. I guess ER stands for emergency room, eh? Ain't that something? They take you to the ER, right? But that's just a side joke, right? This organelle helps provide molecules created by the cell. The endoplasmic reticulum also transports those molecules to their specific destinations, either inside or outside the cell. So there's life inside or outside the cell. We have the Golgi or the Golgi apparatus. The Golgi apparatus packages molecules processed by the endoplasmic reticulum to be transported out of the cell. Then you have the lysosomes and peroxisomes. The organelles are the recycling center of the body, of the cell. They digest foreign bacteria that invade the cell, rid the cell of toxic substances, and cycle worn-out cell components. Then you have the mitochondria, are complex organelles that convert energy from food into a form that the cell can use. They have their own genetic material. Okay, they have their own genetic material separate from the DNA in the nucleus and can make copies of themselves. So in other words, you could rejuvenate yourself. All right. In other words, if we are really in tune with ourselves, brothers and sisters, we are able to be in one place, all right, and rejuvenate yourself and be in another place at the same damn time. You feel me? In other words, what they call cloning. We have the ability to do that within ourselves. I'm talking about when you are able to be on your A game. You feel me? So you see why they have to control us? You see why they have to contain us? Because they know we are gods. Okay? They know this, man. I'm going to read that again. Mitochondria. The mitochondria are complex. You hear that? Complex organelles that convert energy from food into a form that the cell can use. They have their own genetic material separate from the DNA in the nucleus and can make copies of themselves. You feel me? Copies. So I'm talking about, I could be here in Missouri right now, and I have one of me in Chicago, one of me in Florida, one of me in Washington, D.C. doing what I got to do when we are on top of our game. Can you imagine the potentialities of who we are and what we can do? That's why they have to contain us. That's why they have to feed us the garbage, because they don't want us to know. I know what I'm saying man, listen, it might sound like a scientific movie, a fiction, but let me tell you something. Every fictitious movie is a replica, okay, or is an example of what you are. But they don't want you to know that. Okay? That's right. X-Men is all about you. It's all about us. But they don't want us to know. Then you have the nucleus. The nucleus serves as the cell's command center. The nucleus as the cell's command center. So if it's a command center, that means it could pass orders out. You have the ability to be the commander-in-chief. Directions to the cell to grow. So literally, you could stay here and get into meditation and literally heal your cells. Okay? I'm going to read that again. The nucleus. The nucleus serves as the cell's the cell command center. So in essence, what am I saying? You have your own commander-in-chief, sending the directions to the cell to grow, mature, divide, or die. You hear that? To mature, divide, or die. In other words, you have the potential to give yourself life or death. I'm going to ask you today, what do you choose? Are you going to choose to give yourself life? Are you going to choose to give yourselves life? Or are you going to choose to give them death? The choice is up to you. That's why I keep telling y'all, everything is voluntary. Everything is voluntary. Okay? Is voluntary. Now, let me proceed. It also houses DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, the cell's hereditary material. The nucleus is surrounded by a membrane called a nuclear envelope. Okay, a nuclear envelope, which protects the DNA and separates the nucleus from the rest of the cell. Man, if you don't know how amazing your body is, you better find out. Plasma membrane. The plasma membrane is the outer lining of the cell. It separates the cell from its environment and allows materials to enter and leave the cell. Then you have the ribosomes. The ribosomes are organelles that process the cell's genetic instructions to create what? Proteins, right? The genetic instructions to what? Create proteins. So therefore, we don't need to eat a lot of things from outside to create proteins, brothers and sisters, because we have that in us. Now, it didn't say to maintain protein. No, It didn't say to enhance protein. No, it says to what? To create protein. These organelles can float freely in the cytoplasm or be connected to the endoplasmic reticulum. And it says see below. So in essence, what am I saying? Our body have its process of creating its own protein when you are in your zone. Man. And you could do all that through meditation, being able to control your body. You feel me? Being able to control your body. What the nucleus is, what the command center. So now if you could step into your body and command your nucleus, the command center, to do what? Send directions to the cell to grow. Send it to mature or divide or die. The choice is up to you. Man. Y'all better recognize, brothers and sisters. Y'all better recognize. The National Institute of General Medical Science has a science education booklet about cells called Inside the Cell. All right? I'm going to put all those links in the videos below so you could do your own research. So you could do your own research. All right? The Genetic Science Learning Center at the University of Utah offers an interactive introduction to cells and their many functions. Why do you think they never want us to become doctors and in archaeologists and all those fields? They want to promote the only way for you to make it out of the hood. You got to be a what? You got to be a slave. The only way to make it out of the hood, you got to get into sports. You got to be a basketball player. You got to be a football player. You got to be a baseball player. You got to try to get into the NFL. You got to try to break the barriers and be the first Olympic swimmer. You got to be, oh no, man. All right. You got to be a rap artist. You got to be a singer. You got to be an entertainer, because they want to take you outside of yourself. Okay. They want you to realize that the only potential you have is when the slave master gives you an opportunity. Well, my brothers and sisters, I'm here to tell you today that every opportunity that you need and you will ever need is in you. It's in you, not in nobody else, not outside of yourself. It's in you. And every parent is responsible. It's your obligation to make sure that your children know that they could be greater than what society tells them that they could be. Okay? You don't need to be picking cotton on what you call the field to appease your slave master. Arizona State University asked biologists, provides a description and illustration of each of the cell's organelles. Okay? They never want you to become a biologist. They will never promote that. No. They will never promote you getting into study law so you could assist your people. But every mother, oh, my child is going to be a star. Your child is already a star because they're made up of stardust. You see, y'all always want to be trying to keep up with the Joneses. That's why that's why they continue to get y'all, man. Queen Mary University of London allows to explore a 3D cell and its parts. Additional information about the cytoskeleton, including an illustration, is available from what? The cytoplasmic tutorial. This resource is part of the biology project at the University of Arizona. Okay? They have tutorials. Knowledge is free. Information is free. But no, you want your children on the internet playing games, looking at videos where they hear songs about, oh, well, she's a bitch. Oh, she's a hoe. Everybody into this trap music. That's exactly what it's doing to you. It's trapping your ass. But let me tell y'all something, man. Like I told y'all before, if y'all looking for entertainment, it's not on this channel. And even sometime in my entertainment, there's always a message. Y'all better believe that. Okay? Y'all better believe that, because I'm so serious about this. All right? I'm so serious about this. Okay? So learn to master yourself. All right? Essentially, that's what I'm saying. Learn to harness your own energy. Get within your own. Man, let me tell you something. If you really understood the complexity of who you are and your body and the mechanism of your body and the makeup and the structure of your body, man, let me tell you something. You are an entire universe by your damn self. Okay? You are God. You are the true essence of what God is, brothers and sisters. I remember back in the days, we used to call each other God. Hey, what up, God? Until they realized, nah, man, the vibration, the frequency is too high. So, you know what? Hey, what's up, bitch? What's up, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Why would you want to call me a nigga when you could call me a God? Why would you want to call your sister a bitch when you could call her a God? Isn't bitch a female dog? And if you spell dog backwards, what do you get? Don't you get God? Don't you realize what they have done to us? Huh? Don't you realize what they have done to us? They took us from our highest vibratory essence, okay, in our God essence, and drop us to our lowest common denominator. Brothers and sisters, man, I'm just saying. All right, let us step into something else real quick. And I'm gonna save that link so I could put it in the link below. So I'm gonna open up a new window right here. All right, I'm gonna open up a new window. Let me tell y'all something. We already have the victory because we could do things that other ethnic groups cannot do. Okay, we could do things that they cannot do. We could step into a realm of consciousness, of energy that they could never transform into. You feel me? That's why they have to contain you. That's why they have to harness your energy. So let us look at a little bit about, I know a lot of times we talk about melanin. You know what I'm saying? But let us read a little bit about that. Let us read a little bit about melanin. Okay? Because like I tell people, man, education is free, man. Education is free. Let us read a little bit about melanin. I know a lot of y'all already know what it is, but let us get into perv we are. I am tired of hearing about, oh, well, they are this and they are that, and we got to always feel sorry for ourselves. No. Let me show you how great you are. All right? That's what I want to show you, how great you are. Now let us listen to the pronunciation.
Melanin.
Melanin. Okay?
Melanin.
Melanin. Say after me. Melanin.
Melanin.
All right. There we go. Okay? Let us get into this. Okay, where we at with that? So we've gone into the cells, all right? The building blocks of life. I know they taught us that in kindergarten, man. All right? I remember that as it was yesterday, but I never really understood the significance of what that meant because nobody took the time to break it down to me. All right? Oh, well, you know what? I can't blame it on anybody. It was the environment that I was in. All right? We were not pushed into that realm of getting into the body and having a true understanding of the body. All right? So let us get into melanin here for a second. Melanin, from Greek, melas, black, dark, is a broad term of a group of natural pigments found in most organisms. You hear that? In most organisms. It didn't say in all organisms. All right, what's an organism? Let us hover our mouse over organism here. Well, normally when it's supposed to, I didn't want to click on that, but let us look at that. All right. Organism. Biological form redirects here. Let me see what it says. An organism. In biology, an organism is any individual entity, all right, that exhibits the properties of life. Now I'm going to repeat that again. What's an organism? All right. An organism is any individual entity that exhibits the properties of life. It is a synonym for a life form. Now let us go back here to melanin again. Because you see, today we're going to put a lot of things in perspective here. You feel me? I'm going to show you how great you are. I know I don't want to donate no damn $3, all right? I'm going to show you how great you are. Okay? Melanin is a broad term for a group of natural pigments found in what? In most organisms. So what am I saying? When it say most doesn't mean all. It means in most. Melanin is produced by oxidation of the amino acid tyrosine, followed by the polymerization. The melanin pigments are produced in a specialized group of cells known as melanocytes. Melanocytes. There are 3 basic types of melanin: eumelanin, pheomelanin, and neuromelanin. The most common type is uromelanin, of which there are 2 types: brown uromelanin and black uromelanin. Pheomelanin is a cysteine derivative that contains polybenzothiazine portions that are largely responsible for the color of red hair. Among other pigmentation, neuromelanin is found in the brain, though its function remains obscure. All right, now the reason why I'm showing you all that is to let you realize that these people are playing. They are playing with who we are. Okay, they are harnessing our energy. They are using our energy to keep us down. We are our own downfall. I'm showing you how great you are. In the human skin, melanogenesis is initiated by exposure to UV radiation, causing the skin to what? Darken. So why are they telling us to be afraid of the sun? Huh? Why are they telling us to be afraid of the sun? When it's the UV radiation, all right, that's causing our skin to be dark. Melanin is an effective absorbent of light. The pigment is able to dissipate over 99.9% of the absorbed UV radiation. That's why I'm always out there in the sun meditating, getting my sun, my sun gazing, and asking the sun to come out and make it extremely hot. Okay? Make it extremely hot. And I have my reasons for that. Okay? Make it extremely hot. I want the sun to burn to 2 degrees, where I'm talking about my skin is going to be glycerin, as if I had rubbed, petroleum jelly on my skin. There's a reason for that. Okay? There's a reason for that. I got my personal reasons. Because of this property, melanin is thought to protect skin cells from UVB radiation damage, reducing the risk of cancer, and is considered that the exposure to UV radiation is associated with increased risk of malignant melanoma, a cancer of melanocytes, melanin cells. Studies have shown a lower incidence for the skin cancer in individuals with what? More concentrated melanin, i.e. darker skin tone. So I am showing you the power that you have. I'm showing you that you are God. Okay? That you are God. So let us focus on the melanin here for a second. What does it say? Right here at the top. Melanin is a broad term for a group of natural pigments found in what? In most organisms. In most. So I'm not going to read too much into melanin. I'm just giving you an introduction. I'm certainly sure you guys already know. But go ahead and research it yourself and do as much research as you can. Let us look at something else that's of significance. Let us go look at the pineal gland. Let us read a little bit on that. The pineal gland. All that stuff is necessary in order for you to Learn to build yourself. Protect your energy. Take yourself on a whole different frequency. Okay? Study melanin. Study your cells. All right? What are the cells? All those links are, for the most part, going to be in the video below. All right? Let's look at the pineal gland. And believe me, they spoke of the pineal gland in the Bible. That was when, you know, Jacob wrestled with a man they call an angel. All right? Okay. Y'all better recognize. Now it says pineal gland. I'm looking at pineal gland, but it's showing melanin. Not melanin. What, man, I said pineal gland, not melanin, mate. What are you talking about here, mate? All right, let me just copy that, and let's go paste that, and let's go look at the pineal gland. That's what I want. I don't want melanin. All right. Let us read. Let us read a little bit on that now. And that's why that allegorical book, the Bible says, if you have the faith of the size of a mustard seed. Do you know what the mustard seed is? They're telling you, if you know what your pineal gland is and you're able to use your pineal gland, brothers and sisters. Okay? Let us read that. Let us do a little bit of reading on the pineal gland. Y'all gonna learn today. The pineal gland. The pineal gland is a small endocrine gland in the brain of animals with backbones. The pineal gland produces what? Melatonin. Melatonin, my brothers and sisters. Okay? Now, let us just hover. Let's hover our cursor here over what melatonin is. Let's you know what? Let us just click on that for a second. Melatonin. Melatonin is a hormone, all right, produced by the pineal gland, among other locations, which regulates wakefulness, all right, wakefulness. As a medicine, it is used to treat insomnia. However, evidence of benefit is unclear, or I bet it is, right? One review found onset of sleep occurred 6 minutes faster with use, but not found no change in total time. Side effects from supplements are minimal at low doses. In animals, melatonin is involved in the entrainment of the circadian rhythms, including sleep, wake timing, blood pressure regulation, seasonal reproduction, etc., etc., etc. Okay. Let us go back here for a second. We're going to go back to the pineal gland, okay? And also serotonin, derived from hormones, which modulates sleep patterns in both circadian and in seasonal cycles. The shape and size of the gland resembles a pine cone, from which it derives its name. Now, if it resembles a pine cone, back in the day, a lot of cultures, they used to have a pine cone as their symbol. What is that telling you? They were telling you, man, listen, my pineal gland was open. Okay, my pineal gland was open. That's all it means. The pineal gland is located in the hypothalamus, near the center of the brain, between two hemispheres, tucked in a groove where the two halves of the thalamus join. It is also called the canarium, or epiphysis cerebri. The pineal gland is included among a group of specialized neuroendocrine brain structures called the circumventricular organs. Nearly all vertebrate species possesses a pineal gland. Now I'm going to say that again. It says nearly all, not all, brothers and sisters. Okay, not all. It says nearly all vertebrate species possesses a pineal gland. The most important exception is a primitive vertebrate, the hatfish. Even in the hagfish, however, there may be a pineal equivalent structure in the dorsal diencephalon. All right, that's too many big words for me right now. All right, I'm just keeping it real. But it says the nearest existence relative to the vertebrates also lacks a recognizable pineal gland. So in essence, we know what the pineal gland does. Okay? We know what the pineal gland does, brothers and sisters, and we all have it. So now we're looking at our cells. We're looking at our pineal gland, and we're looking at the melanin. So I'm showing you the power of what we have and the power of who we are. All right? That is the light of the body, the pineal gland. When you are able to see from that eye, man, I'm telling you, you're going to be on a whole different level. On a whole different level. All right, let's read a little more. Let me see if I can read a little more. Oh, the pineal gland. Let me see. The pineal gland is a structure upright. It takes the name of the pine cone shape. The gland is reddish gray and about the size of a grain of rice. You hear that? It's about the size of a grain of rice. The pineal gland is also called a pineal body. It's part of the, epithalamus and lies between the literally positions for thalamic bodies and behind the habenula commissure. It is located in the quadrigeminal cistern near to the corpora. Why they got to give these things all these crazy names, man? It's like I said, that's too many big words for me. I'm trying to go into exactly, let me see. The pineal gland body consists of humans of blah, 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 blah. The pineal gland consists of mainly, we're saying that. What is the real purpose of the pineal gland? Description. So we have gotten that. All right. So brothers and sisters, like I said, it's a lot of big words, which I don't want to get into right now. Because I ain't finna explain all these words, but go ahead and read on that for yourself. But I'm showing you some of the processes, all right, and some of the things that we have to get into to step into a higher consciousness. So for one, being able to understand and control our body cells. All right. So we're able to manipulate them to do what we want them to do. So we have the power once again to literally be in one place and have ourselves in another place if we know how to manipulate and control ourselves. All right. Number two, melanin. Melanin is very, very, very important. So I tell people, don't be afraid of the sun. And also things that could affect your melanin is what? The music that you listen to, low vibrational people, the foods that you eat, all that could affect your level of melanin. And also the pineal gland, which is considered the seat of the Most High. All right. So I just wanted to give a brief description on that. I ain't no scholar in none of those things. All right. But I know enough to know what I need to get in tune with. You feel me? All right, then. All right. It says now, what is the pineal gland? What is all right, of the ingredient functions, the pineal gland was the last to discovered. Located deep in the center of the brain, the pineal gland was once known as the third eye. It was once known as the third eye. The pineal gland produces melatonin. All right, melatonin. That's why a lot of people have to buy melatonin, because guess what? They don't have pineal glands, which helps maintain circadian rhythm and regulate reproductive hormones. All right, so I'm just letting y'all know the power that we have and who we are. All right, it is that simple. Now let us get into some superfoods. Some superfoods. It's all about what you eat. Now, brothers and sisters, if your cells, okay, your cells, what you eat, your cells rejuvenate and they transform into either building, okay, or maturing or dying. In other words, once again, you are what you eat. So I'm going to show you some foods that you could eat to help enhance, okay, who you are, to build yourself, to take yourself on a whole different frequency. All right. So one of the superfoods is spirulina. All right. Spirulina. Now, spirulina is a little bit expensive, and that's one of the reasons I tell our brothers and sisters we have to start growing our own stuff. You see, when we come together and we start building, we are able to do those things. All right. We're able to do these things. So spirulina is among the world's most popular supplements. It is loaded with various nutrients and oxidants that may benefit your body and brain. Here are 10 evidence based on health benefits of spirulina. Okay? I know when I was in Brooklyn, I used to buy spirulina at the health food store, and man, literally, I think it was like $3.99 an ounce for spirulina. Okay, $3.99. Can you imagine us growing that? And if they're selling it for $3.99 an ounce, can you imagine how we could sell it for? Brothers and sisters, man, like what's stopping us? Huh? Nobody's stopping us but us. Nobody's stopping us but us. Like real talk. Spirulina is an organism that grows in both fresh and salt water. It is a type of, here we go with the big words again, cyanobacteria, which is a family of single-celled microbes that are often referred to as blue-green algae. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't got a problem with pronouncing big words, but damn, I mean, give it a simple name, man. It's like all these big words for no reason. You know what I mean? It is a type of cyanobacteria, which is a family of single-celled microbes that are often referred to as blue-green algae. Just like plants, all right? Cyanobacteria can produce energy from sunlight via a process called photosynthesis. Now, we all have learned what photosynthesis is in school, all right? But we're going to read that again. Just like plants, cyanobacteria can produce energy from sunlight via a process called photosynthesis. So literally everything is coming from light. We are the light. So manifest the light. But I'm just saying, until then, you are able to utilize and manifest light within you. Those are some of the foods that you could eat. All right? Or intake. Spirulina was consumed by the ancient Aztecs, but became popular again with NASA proposed that it could be grown in space for use by astronauts. Now let me ask you a question. The Aztecs isn't that in what, the Americas? Those are some of our ancestors. Spirulina was once consumed by who? The ancient Aztecs, just so you know. A standard daily dose of spirulina is 1 to 3 grams, but dosages of up to 10 grams per day have been useful effectively. This tiny algae is packed with nutrients. A single tablespoon, 7 grams of dried spirulina powder contains what? Protein, 4 grams. Vitamin B1, thiamine, 11% of RDA. Vitamin B2, 15%. Vitamin B3, 4%. Copper, 21%. You hear that? 21% of copper. And what did they call us? The copper what? Call it racist, right? Now you see why the Aztecs had that food very high in their what you may call diet, but I don't call it diet, in their life practices, right? Then you have iron, 11%. It also contains a decent amount of magnesium, potassium, manganese, and small amounts of almost every other nutrient that you need. In addition, the same amount holds 20 calories and 1.7 grams of digestible carbs. Gram for gram, spirulina may be the single most nutritious food on the planet. And who used it? Our ancestors, the Aztecs. I'm not even going to read anymore, but y'all could do your own research on spirulina. All right? Number 2, well, I am going to read a little more because, I get excited sometimes. Powerful antioxidants and anti-inflammatory properties. This, all right. Oxidative damage can harm your DNA cells. Aren't we talking about cells? Now, here's a food that's going to help replenish your cell. All right. This damage can drive chronic inflammation, which contributes to cancer and other diseases. Spirulina is a fantastic, it didn't say just it is a fantastic source of oxidants, which can protect against oxidative damages. Its main active component is called cycocyanin, This antioxidant substance also gives spirulina its unique blue-green color. Cycocyanin can fight free radicals and inhibit production of inflammatory signaling molecules, providing impressive antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. Summary. Cycocyanin is the main active compound in spirulina. It has powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. A lot of times, you know, when we lack certain foods or nutrients, our joints tend to, you know, get inflamed. All right. So spirulina is a great source to assist you in that. Number 3, can lower bad LDL and triglyceride levels. Whatever LDL is, we're going to learn. Heart disease is the world's leading cause of death. Many risk factors can link to an increased risk of heart disease. As it turns out, spirulina positively impacts many of these factors. For example, it can lower total cholesterol, bad LDL, cholesterol and triglycerides or triglycerides while raising good HDL cholesterol. In a study, 25 people with type 2 diabetes, 2 grams of spirulina per day significantly improve these markers. There's another reason why our ancestors were living at a longer age. All right, brothers and sisters, because of the foods that they ate. Protects bad LDL cholesterol from oxidation. Body structures in your body are susceptible to oxidative damage. This is known as lipid peroxidation, a key driver of many serious diseases. For example, one of the key steps in the development of heart disease is the oxidation of bad LDL cholesterol. Interestingly, the antioxidants in spirulina appears to be particularly effective at reducing lipid peroxidation in most humans and animals. In a study in 37 people with 2 diabetes, 8 grams of spirulina per day significantly reduced markers of oxidative damages. Okay, that is just the power of spirulina. May have anti-cancer properties. All those things you could read for yourself. All right. May reduce blood pressure. Improves symptoms of allergic rhinitis. You could read on that as well. May be effective against anemia. B9 may improve muscle strength and endurance because it has a high level of protein. All right. And it helps replenish muscle tissues. All right. Number 10, may aid in blood sugar control. So those are some of the benefits of spirulina. So you could definitely do more research on that. I'm just showing you exactly some of the foods that could improve your body cells so that you could help raise your vibrations and your frequencies. All right. What else we have? We have another one. We have chlorella. Chlorella is another one. All right. Move over. All right. Now they talk about move over spirulina, and they're talking about chlorella. I'm talking about both of them are good. So I'm not gonna say forget spirulina and jump to chlorella. You could use the both of them. Okay, just so you know. Move over spirulina. There's a new algae in town, chlorella. This nutrient dense algae has been receiving a lot of buzz for its health benefits. Furthermore, as a supplement, it has shown promise in improving cholesterol levels and ridding the body of toxins. This article tells all you need to know about chlorella, including what it is, the research behind its health claims, and how to take it as a supplement. What is chlorella? Chlorella is a single-celled green freshwater algae. There are over 30 different species, but 2 types Chlorella vulgaris and Chlorella spironidiosa are most commonly used in research. Because chlorella has a hard cell wall the human cannot digest, you must take it as a supplement to reap its benefits. It's available in capsules, tablets, powder, and extract forms. I suggest doing the powder instead of, the capsules, all right? Number one, very nutritious. Chlorella's impressive nutritional profile has led to some to call its superfood, while its exact nutrient content depends on a growing conditions. The species used and how supplements are processed is clear. It packs several beneficial nutrients. They include protein. Chlorella is 50 to 60% protein. What's more, it's complete protein source, meaning it contains all 9 essential amino acids. Okay, that's what you get in chlorella. So I tell people you don't have to eat meat to get protein. It's all in the plants. All right. Vitamin B. Some chlorella varieties may also contain vitamin B12, but more studies are needed. Iron and vitamin C. It is a great source of that, anywhere from 6% to 40% on a daily use. Other antioxidants. You have other vitamins and minerals. Vitamin B, folic acid, calcium, potassium, copper, zinc, magnesium, omega-3s. As with other algae, chlorella contains some omega-3. Just 3 grams of chlorella delivers what? 100 milligrams of omega-3s. And fibers. All that stuff is in chlorella. All right, so that's another superfoods. Number 2, it binds to heavy metals, aiding detox. So you could also use that as a detox. In all those heavy metals in your body, you could also use that as a detox. All right. So you guys could read on that yourself. Number 3, could enhance your immune system. And yes, it can. Number 4, may help improve cholesterol. Number 5, acts as an antioxidant. Same thing the spirulina does, but they both have their own health benefits. Helps keep blood pressure in check. So when you talk about your health care, what is your perfect health care? Perfect health care is eating properly. Okay, could improve blood sugar levels. May help manage respiratory diseases. May enhance aerobic endurance. And other potential benefits, you could also read that below as well. All right, let us go to another one. We have moringa, and I'm certainly sure a lot of y'all probably know about that. Okay, moringa is a plant that has been praised for its health benefits for thousands of years. It is very rich in healthy antioxidants and bioactive plant compounds. So far, scientists have only investigated a fraction of the many reputed health benefits. Here are 6 of them, all right? Moringa is very nutritious. It goes by a variety of names such as drumstick tree, horseradish tree, or ben oil tree. Almost all parts of the tree are eaten or used as ingredients in traditional herbal medicines. This especially applies to the leaves and pods, which are commonly eaten in parts of India and Africa. Below is a photo. Well, we know what it is or what a photo looks like. But moringa leaves are an excellent source of many vitamins and minerals. 1 cup of fresh chopped leaves, 21 grams, contain protein, vitamin B6, vitamin C, iron, riboflavin, vitamin A, and magnesium. All right. Moringa also is rich in antioxidants, like we said that before. I'm just going to show you the health benefits. Moringa may lower blood sugar levels, inflammation. Moringa can lower cholesterol again. Moringa protects against acid toxicity. The bottom line, moringa is an Indian tree, is an Indian tree, right? Is an Indian tree. But yet still they're talking about Africa, right? Like I told y'all before, 100 and another 100, about 680 of our natural species. I'm talking about plants and trees that are indigenous to the Americas was taken into Africa. But this is not about where it belonged to. I'm just talking about give credit where credit is due. All right. This is a plant that's indigenous to the Americas and it was taken into Africa. All right. And different parts of the world. But it's been used in traditional medicine for thousands of years. However, only a few of its many well, we read that from the very beginning. So here you got, I gave you a few superfoods and you could incorporate that into your way of living. All right. Incorporate that into your way of living. Brothers and sisters, the goal here is to step up into a higher consciousness. And how do you do that? You do that by rejuvenating your mind, rejuvenating your cells, okay? Stepping into your higher self, all right? So let us stop sharing that screen here and let us get back. Let us get back, let us get back, let us get back. So those are some of the things that you could do, once again, to step into a higher level of consciousness, man, because you are what you eat. And that's a fact. You are what you eat. And I tell people, we have to realize what these people are doing to us. They know who we are, right? So they have to give you poison foods. They have to give you the GMO foods. They have to do the chemtrails. They have to do all those things to prevent us from rising into our God status. You, yes, I'm talking to you. That's right, you right here. You see you? Where my finger is pointing? Right here, you. You are a God. You. And they don't want you to know. All right? But how do you keep them a God? With the information, with the education. How do you keep them a God? With the food that you feed them. Right? You contain them. That's what it is. So I'm telling you, you are powerful. You are great beyond measures. All right? Our ability is, man, I'm talking about limitless. Okay? It's limitless. And the things we are able to do, man, I'm telling you. Woo! If only you knew. So stop living your life with the limitations of what they tell you your life is. Okay? Brothers and sisters, yes, the body has physical limitations. That's right. But the mind has no limitations. And you could transform your body into the machine that you want it to be. Okay? I'm telling you, back in the day, we had ancestors, all right, who literally, when you stab them with a knife, their skin was as tough as leather. That knife would bend. Real talk. Okay? Real talk. Their skin was, it wasn't, they couldn't penetrate it. You know what? Because they was in that right state of mind. They was in their God status, but they fell. They allowed the intruders to come and take away their spirituality. Okay? And feed them that religious bullshit. Okay? Give them that Jesus. You feel me? Give them that concept of you got to take your energy and give it to this one man. And it's being used against you. So I'm telling you, it's time to rise. Don't give your power to anybody else. Don't do that. Okay? Tap into who you are. Start changing your eating habits. Okay? Start getting into your meditation. Learn how to go within yourself and command your cells to transform. You got the power. Man, I love this journey, man. I love this journey. You know, it's a struggle. Don't get me wrong. It's a struggle when you have to come every day and try to teach your brothers and sisters who they are, what they need to do. I love it, but it's tough because I'm seeing and I know. I not just I believe, I know that we are able to change everything about our life, our existence, just by stepping into ourselves and telling ourselves, you know what, it's gonna stop today. I'm going to make that change today. I'm not going to do it tomorrow. I'm not going to do it next week. There's no such day as tomorrow. Okay? There's no such day as next week. You have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You pick a day and decide to make that change. It's that simple. It is that simple. We could change our mindset right now. We could change our existence, our circumstances right now if we choose to, just by our thoughts. That's how we win this fight. It will not be a physical fight. No, it's going to be mental. It's going to be spiritual. So you have to step back into that realm. Let me show y'all something else. One day, I was doing meditation. And I was trying to understand, like, how do I understand the Caucasian man? And when I tell people about the Caucasian man, I never want to turn this into a color thing, all right? But we have to understand we have to get a true understanding of our lower selves, all right? And regardless of what anybody said, the manifestation of that energy is our lower selves. You feel me? So at the end of the day, you have to have a true understanding of what it means. Okay, what it means. And it's facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. And I was trying to understand, like, where does that energy come from? And during meditation, what came to mind was what? The Ghost movie. The movie Ghost. And I'm like, hold up. Why would the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze and Whoopi Goldberg come to mind? And I really couldn't understand it. So I'm getting a little frustrated because every time I go into meditation and, you know, the spiritual realm, they give me something and it's not clear, I always get mad. I get mad at my ancestors. I get mad at the Great Spirit. Like, yo, just give it to me. I don't need the parables, man. For real. That's how I talk to my ancestors. That's how I talk to the Great Spirit, like a real parent. Okay? So then a little voice came in my head and said, you know what? Relax. No need to get mad. Just chill. Peace be still. So I calm myself down. And then I say, okay, you know what? I got a little bit of it. Okay, go, you know, pay attention to the movie Ghost. So why are you telling me that? And then after I got off of my frustration, all right, I came back into meditation. And then that voice in my head say, man, everything is in nature. Everything is in nature. So I was like, you know what? If we are the original people, then the people who came from us, they have to be somewhere in nature. So when the word ghost came to my head, I was like, you know what? Go into nature and look for ghost plants, because the plants came before us. You feel me? And guess what, brothers and sisters? I went into nature and I found the ghost plant. I promise you, I had never heard of the ghost plant. I had never heard anybody spoke of the ghost plant. I was the first one on YouTube to talk about that. And I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. And that came through meditation. So when I tell people, once you go within, the answers is all inside of us. We just have to learn how to tap into it. So let us go look at the ghost plant. And I'm going to open up your mind to something else. I'm gonna teach y'all how to win this. Okay? I'm gonna teach y'all how to win this. I'm gonna teach y'all how to win this. Ghost plant. All right? Ghost plant. Let us do a little bit of reading on the ghost plant, my brothers and sisters. I'm going to expose y'all to some things here. Of course, they always have a special name for it, but let us go do some research on the ghost plant. Now, check this out. Okay. Let me see. Bring that up some more. Bring that up some more. Okay, why are you... Okay, so now I can't read all the way across. So, man, this is BS right now. But anyway, let me just bring that down a little bit so we could read the entire top of it, and then I'll extend it. All right, the ghost plant. Ghost plant, and they have another name for it, of course, the long name, which is the Graptopetalum paraquayensis, is a cold, hardy, you hear that? A cold, hardy succulent with pale gray or whitish leaves on sprawling stems. Its versatile growth will help it stand out in your landscape as an unusual ground cover, cascading down a container, or even as a house plant. Characteristics. Let us go into the characteristics of, man, come on, man, damn. Characteristics of the ghost plant. A powdery coating called pruneose covers this plant's leaves, giving them their ghostly look. This coating is delicate and can be damaged by handling. Fleshly pointed leaves grow along brittle, trailing stems and form rosettes ranging in color from the pale blue-gray in bright shade to yellow-pink. In full hot sun, in mid-spring star-shaped white flowers marked with red rise up on flower stalks. Native to Mexico, this low-growing succulent can give between 6 inches. Now, I want the characteristics, man. You know, what are you doing? I don't want to know where it grows. Let me go back to some real stuff here. Okay, give me a second here. Let us go read ghost plant. Do you know something? You are reading this ghost brown, so is it probably grown ghost plant is one of them. Something is really strange here, because when I was reading off a ghost plant off you know, what you call, you know, Wikipedia, it was going into more detail and it was showing me something else. There we go. The Indian pipe. There we go. Let me see if that's it right here. Indian pipe. Let me put an Indian, because the same thing as the ghost plant. All right. Indian pipe. Give me a second, guys, here. Give me a second, because there's a Indian. There we go. Stop the BS, man. Okay. Okay. Let's go. You know, they trying to play some games with me right now, but let us go into this real build. They're trying to play some games with me right here. Here we go. Okay. Monotropia uniflora, which is the ghost plant. All right. Here we go. Monotropia uniflora, also known as the ghost plant or the ghost pipe, Indian pipe, or the corpse plant. Now we getting into this. All right. It's a hibiscus perennial plant native to temperature regions of Udmurtia in European Russia, Asia, North America, and Northern South America, but with large gaps between areas. It was formerly classified in the family Monotropaceae, but it's now included within the Ericaea. It is of ephemeral occurrence, depending on the right conditions, moisture after a dry period to appear full grown within a couple of days. It is called the corpse plant. Unlike most plants, it is a white and does not contain what? Chlorophyll. Brothers and sisters, I am showing you I'm going somewhere with this, okay? It doesn't contain what? Chlorophyll. Now, chlorophyll is what? Chlorophyll is to plants as melanin is to what? Us. Like I showed y'all before, it's facts over feelings. I am showing you why and how your energy is being usurped, okay, to give other species life. But you don't realize that. I am showing y'all how you can rise back into your God status, okay? Unlike most plants, it is a white and does not contain chlorophyll. It doesn't contain chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is to us, is to plants as melanin is to us. When we read melanin, it says some organisms do not have melanin. Therefore, Caucasians, just like the ghost plant, they don't have chlorophyll, they don't have melanin. Okay? So now your energy is being usurped. Your energy is being usurped to keep these people alive. It's your energy that's keeping them alive. But they want you to think that they don't need you, but they need us to survive. All right? So I had to go into nature to look for the relevance because I'm here meditating like, why? Okay? It's like, what's going on? I just couldn't get it. And then all of a sudden, ghost came to mind. Okay, well, all right. Great spirit. You gave me ghost. What do you mean? Like the movie Ghost, what does that mean? Well, Chief, you know what? Everything exists in nature, Chief. So you got to go into nature to really understand where you are at, how you are being kept down, how your energy is being used against you, and how you are able to rise as a god. So go into nature and look at ghost plants because the plants came before the people. And then I went and looked at ghost plants, and then I found out that, yes, everything is in nature. You dig? So therefore, the ghost plant, which is the Indian pipe, funny how they call it the Indian pipe, it doesn't have any chlorophyll. You feel me? And chlorophyll is to plants as melanin is to us. So therefore, the people who are not us, they don't have melanin. You feel me? So now, let us read. I want y'all to get this. And like I said, it's facts over feelings. I'm teaching y'all science here right now. It's a fact. All right? Now check this out. I'm reading here right now. Right here. So once again, this has nothing to do with black and white. This is about me showing you how to step into the God that you are and knowing how to not allow these energies to manipulate you. You did. All right. Where I just highlighted, this is very important. Let us read that. Instead of generating energy from sunlight, it is parasitic. More specifically, a mycoheterotroph, whatever the hell that is. Its hosts are certain fungi that are mycorrhizial with trees, meaning it ultimately gets its energy from what? Photosynthetic trees. My brothers and sisters, let me explain to you exactly what the hell I'm trying to say here. Okay? Let me explain to you exactly what I am breaking down to you so you get the reality of what I am saying. You feel me? Instead of generating energy from sunlight, it is parasitic. So therefore, everybody who's not us, they are parasitic. They have no melanin. They have no pineal glands. And therefore, the only way for them to survive is to get energy from what? Photosynthetic trees, meaning that trees with chlorophyll. So where do they get their energy? They get their energy with people from who? People with melanin. With melanin. So when you see people are running around making you think like they're better than you, let them know that you are God. And the only way for them to exist is because of you. We don't need them to exist. but they need us to exist. And I'm showing you scientific proof here. Okay? Scientific proof. I am not talking about opinions. I am not talking about speculations. I am showing you scientific proof. And that's coming from them. So I am showing you all this exists in nature. And all the answers is within us. You want to know anything, you go within yourself and you ask the Great Spirit to give it to you, and the Great Spirit will give it to you. Because I have no idea what the hell a ghost plant was until it came to me in meditation. And that's the only way I was able, that was the only way I was able to understand, okay, the nature of Caucasians. And I'm not speaking badly of them. I'm just telling you the scientific breakdown of who they are and what they are. It is just what it is. It's just their nature. They cannot help it. And we cannot help be who we are. We are original gods. You feel me? And I'm going to show you this again. All right? Instead of sunlight, which is where we generate energy from, it is a parasitic. Now let us look at the definition of parasitic. I have to spend some time of this. I have to spend some time so you could truly get what I am saying. Parasitic. Okay? You see the parasitic? Let us click on that here for a second. Because we are dealing with parasites. And you have to know what parasites do, man. Okay? Parasitism. Let us read that for a second. In evolutionary biology, parasitism is a relationship between species where one organism, the parasite lives on or in another organism, the host, causing some harm and adapted structural to this way of life. You feel me? So therefore, these people are parasites to us. But it's a symbiotic relationship between us and them. But however, they live off another organism, and the organism is us. But they don't want us to know that. So what they have to do is they have to control us. They have to contain us. Now, it says, the entomologist E.O. Wilson has characterized parasites as predators that eat prey in units of less than one. Parasites include protozoans, such as the agents of malaria, sleeping sickness, and amoebic dysentery, animals such as hookworms, lice, mosquitoes, and vampires, bats, fungi such as honey fungus, and the agents of ringworms. But they're not going to mention Caucasians. And this is no disrespect. Caucasians are a form of a parasite. And that is a scientific fact. Okay? Because they need us to survive. They need us to survive. They need us to survive. So I am not teaching anything that's derogatory. I am not teaching anything that's what we call prejudice. I am giving you the scientific breakdown, because you see, a lot of times if you don't get this, you're going to fall into what you call pity and what you call, damn, what's the word I'm looking for? Guilt. I am not here, and I'm not going to feel any guilt by teaching the truth. I am here to make you realize what's being played on you. Okay? It's a parasite that's living off of your every energy. But they don't want you to know that. So they need us to survive. And that's a scientific fact. Okay? So let us go back here now. Go back here. I'm going to read this again. Instead of generating energy from sunlight, it is a parasitic, more specifically, a mycoheterotroph. Well, let's see what that is. Let us hover our mouse over that and see if we get a definition of that. Okay, let us click on that. And as you could see, when they grow with their heads down towards the earth. All right, they don't grow towards the sunlight. Now it says, mycoheterotrophy, from Greek, different, and it says another, different. Nutritious is a symbolic relationship between a certain kinds of plant and fungi in which the plant gets all or part of its food from parasitism upon fungi rather than photosynthesis. Is the same thing. In other words, they are not able to survive on their own. They are not able to survive on their own. In nature tells the truth. Everything is in nature. So to truly understand us, you have to go into nature and look into nature for the different relationships. Now, I'm not mad at Caucasians for being who they are. That is just in their nature. And I'm not mad at our people for being who we are. That is just in our nature. But what I'm mad at is them making us think that we are lesser than them. When the truth is we are the more, and they could survive because of us. They need us to survive. They need us to live. So they cannot get rid of us, but they have to try to contain us. So there should be no fear in our people, period. Okay? And that's a fact. And don't think they don't know. They know the truth. They know, but that's why they don't want you to learn science. Now, let us continue. Its hosts are certain fungi that are mycorrhizal with trees, meaning it ultimately gets its energy from photosynthetic trees. So therefore, they cannot get their energy straight from sunlight. Okay? The trees with chlorophyll have to get it first, and then what they do is they suck it out of that tree. They suck the life out of that tree. And that's what they are doing to us. Okay? That's what they're doing to us. So ultimately, we have the power, but you don't know you have the power. Since it is not dependent on sunlight to grow, it can grow in every dark environments, as in the on the story of dense forests. So you hear that? So without sunlight, they are able to flourish. That's why they could have a dark nature, because they're able to flourish. You feel me? It is often associated with beech trees. The complex relationship that allows this plant to grow also makes propagation difficult. All right? What's propagation? Let us hover over that. Anyway, I'm clicking over like you're showing me plants. I'm not going to read that. Anyway, the plant is sometimes completely waxy white, but often has black flecks or pale pink coloration. Rare variants may have a deep red color. The stems reach heights of 5 to 3 centimeters. Shift with high reduced leaves, 5 to 10 millimeters long, best identifies as scales or bracts. These structures are small, thin, and translucent. They do not have petioles, but instead extend in a stealth-like manner out of the stem, as its scientific name suggests, and unlike the related monotropia, hypophytes, but like the close relation monotropistrum humile, the stems bear a single flower, 10 to 20 millimeters long, with 3 to 8 translucent petals, 10 to 20 stamens, and a single pistil. It flowers from every summer to early autumn, often a few days after rainfall. The fruit, an oval capsule-like structure, enlarges and becomes upright when the seeds are mature. At this point, stem and capsule looking desiccated and dark brown or black. Like most mycotrophic plants, M. uniflora associates with a small range of fungal hosts, all of them members of Rossulaceae. The plant has been used in unnerving in Western herbal medicine since the late 19th century. So this is what it looks like, all right? Just so y'all know. They have different variations of them, and for the most part, when they grow, a lot of them grow with their head down into the earth, all right? So, brothers and sisters, once again, like I said, this is facts over feelings. I'm not here to speak hate. I'm just here to give you the facts, all right? And my thing is this: if we are a people of a darker hue and you need us to survive, why are you treating us that way? Don't you think you will be able to flourish more if you allow us to flourish? But no, they don't want to do that. They just want to contain us and use up our energy so that they could survive. So ultimately, brothers and sisters, you have the power. But you just don't know you have the power. You think you need this system. You don't need this system. The system needs you. It is the other way around. All right? It is the other way around. So we have a parasitic system. You feel me? That's usurping our energy to survive. When the truth is, they cannot survive without us. And I tell people, this is not to promote hate. No, I don't want nobody hating anybody. Just know the facts and know how to rise above the limitations that these people telling you that you have. You feel me? And these Caucasians will have more of an appreciation for you when you know your value, when you know your significance, when you know that the only way for them to survive is for you to survive. Because literally in your thoughts, you could get rid of them in your thoughts. All you have to do is not give them life. It is that simple. And they will disappear tomorrow. So I'm showing you how powerful you are. Okay? I am showing you how powerful you are. Literally, we could go to meditate with else who are not us tomorrow. Thank you for the donation, sister. And that is a fact. That's why they have to control your mind. They have to keep you from the distractions. Okay? They have to go block the sun. They have to give you the poison foods. They have to give you the music that's got you vibrating on a low frequency. They have to do that to keep you distracted. Because anytime you get into your zone, it's a wrap. Okay? Anytime you step into that higher sense of consciousness, man, it's over. You feel me? It's over. And their survival only depends on us. So we don't need them. That's a fact. That is a fact. And I showed you the scientific proof. I'm not just talking about it. Okay? The scientific proof. The equivalent to them in nature is the ghost plant, the Indian pipe. Okay? That is the equivalent to them. And it cannot survive by itself straight through sunlight because it doesn't have chlorophyll. So it has to sustain its living only through plants, through photosynthesis, plants that have chlorophyll. And it has to stay in close proximity with them so that it will be able to sustain its living. So it's going to suck the life out of those trees. It is the same thing with us. Chlorophyll to plants is melanin, is what melanin is to us. And seeing that they don't have melanin like that, they need us to survive. So they have to stay in close proximity. They have to use our energy. They have to utilize our energy to stay alive. And I'm cool with that. Don't get me wrong. All right? I'm cool with that. But show some respect. That's what I'm talking about. Don't make me think that you are better than me or I'm lesser than you. When the truth is, you need me. I don't need you to actually survive. So y'all got to know how powerful y'all are, man. You got to know how powerful you are. I don't care how much money they got. I don't care how much tanks they have. I don't care how many guns they have. I don't care how many bullets they got. I don't care how many drones they have. They cannot defeat us. Once your mind is right, they cannot defeat you, because we have the ability to literally watch a tank and watch that tank melt like it's plastic. We have the ability to do that when you are stepping in your God status. And we are the only ones that could do that, because we are the only ones who have intelligence in terms of the intelligence that comes from the Most High. Everybody else got artificial intelligence. And I want you to put artificial intelligence against the original intelligence. Oh, let's see who's going to win. So once again, all I'm just saying is this: know who you are. You feel me? Know who you are. Know who you are, man. Know how great you are. And stop letting these people letting you think that you need them. No, you don't. We don't need them. But it got to start with the food you eat. Okay? The food you eat, your state of mind, your mentality. Give up the distractions. Leave them alone. Keep your televisions. All right? I'm not going to send my children to your school. All that's voluntary. I don't want to step into that contract. I don't need that contract. I don't need that. It's a contract that's of no benefit to me. The world will be a better place with us running the world, because all they do is destroy it. Okay? Yes, you have a lot of Caucasians waking up right now and literally, yes, trying to help save the planet or Mother Earth, because they're getting so much from us. They are literally stepping into a, and I respect that. I respect that. Nothing wrong with that. But for the ones that are still parasitic, we have to understand that they have no power over us. They have no power over us. You give them your power. You give them your energy, because you're serving their gods. And that's how they was able to use up your energy, by taking all our spirituality, everything that encompasses or encompassed our spirituality, took it and put it in one thing called religion and gave you one word: Jesus. Okay? And that's all it was. It was a wrap. From the moment you accepted Jesus as a real man, as your savior, you fell. And like I said, it's facts over feelings. It's facts over feelings. Now, if y'all think that y'all need Jesus, I'm going to prove you that you don't need Jesus. Let's go again. Man, listen. Y'all going to learn today. Let me share my screen again with y'all. Let's go here. Because we're going to build today. We're going to build today. If you can't comprehend exactly what transpired, all right? Now, let us go here. Here we go. The most isolated tribe in the world. Just recently, some Caucasian dude, all right, you know, try to violate these people's privacy, and he got killed. And you know, you cannot blame anybody for that. Stay away from the people. And that's exactly what they did to us. But our ancestors, you know, we allowed them to come. And it wasn't just them that came. We allowed our brothers from Africa and Britain and Europe, because they're all on the same continent, to come into our land. And they brought, you know, they brought pale people to our land. And you know what? It is what it is. But it was the so-called black nobles of Europe and Africa and Britain that brought them here. I keep telling y'all, it was people who look like us. All right, people we call Moors, or you know, or blackamoors, because they are not aborigines to our land. You feel me? All right. Now let me prove something to you. In the days after the cataclysmic tsunami of 2004, as the fall scale of the destruction and the horror wreaked upon the island of Indian Ocean became apparent, the fate of the tribal peoples of Andaman Islands remained a mystery. It seems inconceivable, above all, that the Sentinelese Islands could have survived living as they did on a remote island directly in the tsunami's path. All right. The photo told the world the Sentinelese has survived 2000 tsunami. Yet, when a helicopter flew low over the island, the Sentinelese man rushed out on the beach, aiming his arrow at the pilot in a gesture that clearly said, "We don't want you here." Alone of the tens of millions of people affected by the disaster, the Sentinelese needed no help from anyone. But y'all always think y'all need help from the government. Oh, well, you know what? If master don't do this for me, I won't survive. If master don't give me food stamp, oh, how am I going to live? If master don't give me the, you know, the social security, oh, how am I? Man, listen, man. What's wrong with y'all people? Before the master was here, how did we survive? Now I'm going to continue reading. Perhaps no people on earth remain more genuinely isolated than the Sentinelese. Much respect to them. They are thought to be directly descended from the first human population emerged from Africa. Now, guess what? They are thought. That is a theory. That's a bunch of bullshit. They have always been there. They are not Africans. Life didn't originate in Africa. Okay? Just like how they tell us we are Africans. Life didn't originate in Africa. We are not Africans. Yes, we all have, yes, the same genetics as Negroid, so-called Negroid people, but on Earth, they had people all over this damn Earth that were melanated. So I'm going to read that again. Perhaps no people on Earth remain more genuinely isolated than the Sentinelese. They are thought, again, they are thought. Well, guess what? Your thoughts are wrong. To be directly descended from the human population emerged from Africa and have probably lived in the Andaman Islands for up to 6,000 years. Now, let me ask you a question. For 6,000 years, these people have never had any outside influence. They never heard of a Jesus. They never heard of anybody's God but their own. Let me ask you a question. How come they're still alive today? Huh? How come they are still alive today and they are flourishing and they live in perfect harmony with nature? Can somebody explain that to me? The fact that their language is so different, even from other Andaman Islanders, suggests that they have had little contact with other peoples of those years. They got their own language. They don't know what English is. So let me ask you a question. Who taught them that language? They always had it. When they learned to develop and speak, they had their own languages. This does not mean, however, that they have just 6,000 years ago. For instance, as belonging to the Stone Age, they do in fact make tools and weapons from metal, which they recover from ships' wrecks on the island reefs. The Sentinelese are believed to have lived on their island home for over 60,000 years. Like so many isolated tribal people with a fearsome reputation, the Sentinelese are often inaccurately described as savages or backwards. Of course, that's what they always do. It's the same thing they did with our ancestors. Oh, they're savages. We got to go make them civilized. We got to go teach them our religion. We got to go introduce them to Jesus. And that's what this Caucasian man wanted to do. He wanted to go introduce them to their Jesus. And they said, no, we don't need your Jesus. We know who God is. Their hostility to outsiders, though, is easily understandable, for the outside world has brought them little but violence and contempt. And that's a fact. I keep telling people, I don't care if people are, yes, you know what, our land been infiltrated. Now, if you choose to go back where you came from, perfect, great, perfect, thank you. But if you're not going to go back where you came from, allow us to be who we are. Allow us to be who we are. Because you are hurting us. You have brought nothing but violence and contempt into our lands. And I respect these people. In 1879, for example, an elderly couple and some children were taken by force and brought to the island's main town, Port Blair. The colonial officer in charge of kidnapping wrote that the entire group sickened rapidly, and the old man and his wife died. So the 4 children were sent back to their home with quantities of presents. Because you're coming with your diseases, man. Despite being responsible for the deaths of at least 2 people and quite possibly starting an epidemic amongst the islanders, the same officer expressed no remorse, but merely remarked on the Sentinelers' peculiar, idiotic expression of countenance and manner of behaving. The Sentinelers enjoy excellent health, unlike those of Andaman's tribes whose lands have been destroyed. They have perfect health. So let me ask you a question. Where is their health care? Where is the government providing health care for them? No, they are living in a symbiotic relationship with nature, eating natural foods. That is their health care. How far this from the truth can be easily judged from the video of the Sentinelers on the island's beach taken during the Indian government contact expedition in 1990s. The islanders are clearly extremely healthy. Clearly extremely healthy, in marked contrast to the 2 Andaman tribes who have benefited from westernized what? Civilization. So anything that the westernized civilization come into contact with, they contaminate it. So brothers and sisters, everything that you are going through is voluntary. It's a matter of choice. You allow it to happen to you. Nobody's forcing it on you. They give you a contract and you accept the contract. Okay? At some point, you got to wake up and stand up and fight for what's right. Fight for what's yours. You feel me? No, once again, I'm not preaching no hate. I'm not preaching no animosity. I'm just giving you the truth. I'm just giving you the truth, man. It is facts. Scientific facts. And it's also spiritual facts. All right? So some people may look at this video as hate, man. I really don't care, man. Because I'm just so tired of everybody else, usurping our people's energy, creating everything and anything. And they're going to patent it. And then when we use it, we get in trouble with it. You feel me? Like, come on, man. This is crazy. And the truth of the matter is not all Caucasians are killing Mother Earth. I'm not, I wouldn't agree with that. Because a lot of them are raising their vibrations. A lot of them are raising their vibrations and they are playing their part. Okay? Because they know the truth. They know the truth. So not all of them are killing Mother Earth. They know the only way for them to survive is for them to get right in their soul. Okay? They know that. They know the only way for them to get right is for them to respect us and deal with us the way they're supposed to deal with us. A lot of them know that. But you see, the majority of them don't. And that's the problem. All right? But at the end of the day, all that's going to change. Because if they are not going to change, if they are not going to change their ways, then nature will take care of them. Okay, period. And that's a fact. If they are not going to change their ways, okay, if they are not going to change their ways, then nature will do it for them. That's a fact. I know that for sure. And that's why they have to do the chemtrails. Because nature is starting to step in. Nature is starting to say, you know what, man? I am tired of what you are doing to the original people. Okay, we are tired of you destroying their homes. You did. So they have to get right. or else they will be no more. It's already happening. They have the highest rate of infertility. Okay? They have the highest rate of cancer. You see me? So they have to learn to get right. The only way for America to be great again is for us to be great, the original people. You feel me? So at the ending of the day, man, these people have to step up and do what's right. Because they will, yes, Mother Nature will to get rid of them. Mother Nature cannot get rid of us because we'll come back. Okay? We'll come back. It's just period. We have a 360 life, a recycled life. We could always come back, but they can't. You see, that's the problem. They cannot always come back. So they have to get their spirits right. They have to get in accordance with nature. Is the only way that their life could extend, because they live through us. They live through us. The only way to the Creator, to the Most High, is through us. There is no other way for them. We are God's, period. And they know this. The only problem is you don't know that. They took your God out of you and then create some God for you to worship. And now the God that you're worshiping is their God, which got power over you. All right? So, with that being said, I'm going to conclude the video because we've been on here for a minute. I just wanted to drop things, some information for you guys. All right? So, the bad seeds that are among them, nature is going to take care of them. All right? That's right. Nature will take care of them. But with you, you have to focus on who you are. You have to focus on raising your frequency. You have to focus on changing the way you eat, the way you think, the things you take into your system. All right? Because at the ending of the day, a lot of this system, they are going to make this physical. All right? They're going to want to make it physical. And I promise you, you cannot win a physical battle if your mind ain't right. You have to be able to be in the state of mind where their machines and their guns and their tanks will not affect you. And we have that capability. But first you have to get your mind right, then get your body right. That's what you have to do. And it all stems from coming back to what? Coming back to the land, being able to take care of yourself, being self-sustained. All right? Being self-sustained. And we have to let them know that we know that they cannot survive without us. It is not the other way around. We have to proclaim who we are. Period. Give us the respect. Put some respect on who we are. All right? No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. So once again, like I said, it's facts over feelings. Everybody can get into their feelings. I'm going to drop the facts. Okay? I'm going to drop the facts. Go look into nature. You'll see it all. You will see it all. And we are the ones that's keeping everything and everybody alive. So I'm just saying, the least you could do is show some gratitude. You see what I'm saying? Thank you, sis. Thank you. I appreciate that. The least you could do is show some gratitude for the people who are keeping you alive, who are giving you a home on earth. I mean, come on, man. I mean, that's the least you could do. The least you could do is show some appreciation to the indigenous people. Show some appreciation to the Aborigines. Come on. It doesn't have to be a war. We don't have to. No, we could live in peace, man. But because your nature is so messed up, you can't help yourself but be a parasite. You are literally biting the hand that feeds you. You are literally trying to destroy the people that's keeping you alive. Like, what sense does that even make? When you know it's going to bring your own destruction. I mean, come on. You know that by trying to destroy us, it's going to destroy you eventually. But because you cannot help yourself, I mean, geez. Yes, that's right. We are the Atlanteans. And we even go before that too as well. We are all of it. We are all of it. We are all of it. So brothers and sisters, once again, do not use that information to promote hate. That's not what it's about. Use the information to build yourself, to uplift yourself, because we don't have to hate to win. All right? We don't have to hate to win. You see, that is the difference between us and everybody else. We don't have to hate to win. All we have to do is build ourselves and love each other and defend and stand for each other. That's all we have to do. We don't have to hate. We don't have to step into our lower selves to gain victory. We don't have to do that because they know who we are. They know. So at the ending of the day, like I said, you don't have to hate. But I do believe in self-defense. If you hit me, I'm going to hit you back. Okay? I totally subscribe to what the God in the Old Testament is saying. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Don't touch me. Don't hit me. You see, that's my thing. Do you. Okay? Do you. I respect that. Do you. But allow me to do me. Allow me to be a man in my land. Okay? That's just all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for. Don't try to subject me to your codes. I am not wearing your uniform. That's all we are saying. That's all we are saying. You feel me? That's all we are saying. Allow us to be who we are. You want to see America great again? Then allow the original people to be them. That's how America is going to be great again. Any other way, we will fall. And we are going to pay for the sins of these people if we don't step up and put them in check. Let them know, hey, listen, we ain't having that. Okay? We know who we are. We don't need you. You need us. Okay? We have to step up and let them know. Because we are all going to pay for your evil nature. And we are not going to go down with you. No, we are not going to do that. So allow us to be who we are and show you how to make America great again, because we are the ones who made it great in the first place. It wasn't you. When you came, you destroyed everything that we had. We were already great. You feel me? It's that simple. And we all, anybody who want to live in peace, I'm for that. But the moment you want to control me, the moment you want to tell me what to do, the moment you want to tell me I need a license to eat, to breathe, to use the bathroom, to travel my land, no, we got some problems. That's where the problem lies. Okay? That's where the problem lies. Because all you focus on is commerce, business, while you are destroying the people. Now, we ain't having that. Okay? We ain't having that. Because there don't have to be war. War doesn't have to exist. But they have a warlike nature. You feel me? And don't get me wrong, I know what happened to everybody in the past. But can we learn the true history and respect people for who they are? That's my point. And guess what? It's not, Mr. Carbon Master. It's not only so-called whites will burn. So-called some of y'all black, so-called black people will burn as well. Because y'all got, you see, you getting it twisted with the color of the skin. It has nothing to do with the color of the skin. It's about the energy. It's the energy. A lot of people who look like us are going to burn as well because they are vibrating on that low frequency and they still have that parasitic nature. All right. So like I said, let us not turn that into a black and white. Okay. It is an energy that is parasitic. Okay. It is the energy that is parasitic. And a lot of y'all that's going to be watching this video, y'all have that same energy as well. Because all y'all want to do is take, and you never want to give. You feel me? And you never want to give. So a lot of y'all have that same nature as well. So let us not turn this into a black and white thing. Like I tell people, I will not stand for that. I will not stand for the hating of people. Okay, I don't condone that. I don't. Because it's a lot of our people, all right, that when I step out there and tell them I'm an American Aborigine, they look at me like I'm a clown. Okay? For real. When I go somewhere to file my documents, instead of them saying, you know what, brother, let me see if I could help you out. Oh, well, no, you can't do that. So I know what I'm talking about. You feel me? is the same people, my people, who hit me up in emails every single day. Chief, well, how can we do this? How can I do this? Can you do this for me? But they don't want to give back. So I'm talking about everybody got that parasitic nature because all they want to do is take. So let us not equate it with any color. Let us take the color out of it. I'm just showing you the scientific breakdown, all right, of the nature of, yes, these people. It's an energy that manifested in a pale skin, but that energy is in a lot of Negropeans, okay? Negropeans, a lot of them have that energy as well. Because all they do is think about themselves. You feel me? Oh, as long as I'm good, let me see what I could get from Chief. Let me see what I could get from this sister. Let me see what I could get from this brother. But they never want to give back. Do you think y'all going to prosper? Do you think you're going to flourish? No. You're going to burn and fall the same way, man. You got that same energy. And that's a fact. So at the ending of the day, it's an energy. It's a parasitic energy. Okay? Point blank. It's that simple. All right? So please, I'm not going to let nobody get me into a place where I'm going to hit people. No, I don't hit nobody, but I'm going to drop the facts. And I don't want nobody putting their hands on me, because if you hit me, I'm going to hit you back. All right? I'm going to hit you back. Like, that's just how I am, straight up and down. Don't touch me. Period. All right? No man or no woman is supposed to put their hand on anybody. We are all gods in our own rights. Okay? And that's what these people got to respect and honor. But they're not respecting it. They're not respecting it. Okay? They're not respecting it. And the only way for us to flourish once again is to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Okay? It's that simple. If you want a brother or a sister to assist you and do what they got to do, then you know what? You show some love. It's not always about what you could get from somebody. I tell people personally, use me, but don't use me. All right? I don't know if y'all know what that means. Use me, but don't use me. Okay? In other words, when you use me, don't abuse me, man. Don't take advantage, because a lot of people do that. They always do that. Nobody would ever come with the spirit, your chief. Man, what can I do for you, brother? Everybody always coming with what they want. And that's cool too. But when you get what you want, or you get the assistance of what you want, then show some love. Then show some love. You feel me? Until we are able to do that, I don't care how much melanin you got. I don't care how you think. You could have 4 pineal glands. Trust me, you ain't going nowhere, because your heart is not in the right place. That's what it's about. It's about the intent of your heart, the intent of your actions, your thoughts. That's what it's about. So I'm not going to feed into the populace. I'm not going to feed into the status quo. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to speak facts where facts needs to be talked about. Okay? Because we have a lot of people, once again, who look like us that are actually oppressing us. You feel me? The people who formed the 13 colonies, who came here, who made the deals with our ancestors, all right? They look just like us. They were the nobles of Britain, Portugal, Spain, Africa, all those different places. They look just like us. Okay? And we call them brothers. And the truth of the matter is, in the very beginning, in the original charters, they didn't take our land. No, we went into business with them. Okay? And we signed treaties and we gave them some land. That's the fact. So we have to get the true narrative of the story. And I'm saying all that to say is, let us not take this thing out of context. All right? It was people that looked like us that betrayed us. That's right. They look just like us. Because they reneged on the contracts or on the treaties that we signed. Okay? We thought they came from another continent and we were all brothers. That's what we thought. You look like me. Okay, I call you my brother. All right? So at the end of the day, a lot of our people are going to burn as well because of that energy they have. Their energies ain't right. Their heart ain't right. Their heart is not light as a feather. They are walking around with heavy, contaminated hearts. But then they pretend to you. All right, their mouth is saying something else, but their heart is saying something different. Come on, man. I know the likes. I know the likes of my people. I know. Because I've experienced it. I've experienced it. They talk one thing, but in their mind, they're thinking something different. They talk one thing, but in their heart, they are saying something different. So don't tell me everybody who looked like me got my best interest at heart. No, that's not true. That's not true. No, that's not true. I know that from experience. Okay? So everybody have the potential to have that parasitic nature. Okay? But yet still it's a learned behavior though. Because that wasn't our original, that's not in our original nature. However, when we fell, it was something that we had to learn. So we learned it. Yes, it is a learned behavior. However, a lot of us have that potential, and a lot of us still have that, that we exercise that. We practice that nature, that parasitic nature. So we got to literally put that put it in perspective. Okay? Because the original 13 colonies, the original charters that were signed, they were signed as brothers, treaties between us and them. Okay, you're going to come here, you're going to do commerce, we're going to do business. And they got greedy and they betrayed our people. All right? Because they were the ones who brought the white cargo here as slaves. We didn't want the white cargo here as slaves, but they took them and they dumped them here as slaves. So if y'all don't know the true history, y'all going to learn today. The first slaves that were here were actually Caucasians. And when they started dying out, then they started reneging on these treaties and started enslaving our own people, what was called the American Indians. If y'all want to know the true history of this. All right? And then when some of the royals out there like Isabella and Ferdinand and all of them, Isabella had a soft spot for the Indians. Nah, we can't do this to the Indians. So they started to get Africans. But the first slaves here were not Africans. They were white cargo, so-called white people. And guess who brought them here? It wasn't people who looked like them. No, it was so-called black people who brought them here as slaves. The nobles of Britain, the nobles of England, of Spain, and some of the nobles of Africa. All right? So for y'all to really know, so a lot of times everything is in the education. So when certain Caucasians deal a certain way, I'm not saying I'm giving them a pass for acting a certain way. I'm not saying that because they themselves are miseducated. All right? They don't know that they came here as slaves first because they were not taught that. That's why they don't have such a thing called white history. Because the moment you start talking about white history, you will go into white history and realize that they were the first slaves. Okay? They were the first slaves. And guess who enslaved them? It wasn't people who looked like them. So that's what they are afraid of. They are afraid that, you know what, man? If we take our feet off these people's necks, they will enslave us again. So they are living in a mode of survival. They know they have the disadvantage. So that's why they have to build armies with guns and tanks. And now they got drones because that's the only way they feel in their mind for them to survive. But I'm here to let them know it wasn't us who did that to them. It wasn't the American Aborigines. So leave us the fuck alone and let us do what we have to do. It wasn't us. We didn't do that to them. All right? It was these bastards that came from Spain, the Portuguese, the Moors from over there that came here and brought them here as slaves. All right? It wasn't us. So they have to learn to differentiate between who enslaved them and the people who were already here. And allow us to be who we are. You see, we have to step up, man. We got to step up and teach the story and tell the true narrative of everything that happened and not the speculations. and not the opinions, and not based on feelings, but facts. That's what we got to deal with. That's what we got to deal with. And today, those two governments still exist. You have an organic government and you have a de facto government. They still exist. So when you think it's an organic government that's ruling your life, no. It is this same blackamoors that's here ruling your life. Moor is not a nationality. Moor is a religious group. It is not a nationality. They have a 501c3, all right? The man who created it, Noble Drew Ali, he created it as a 501c3, as a religion. So whenever they pull you, oh, I'm a Moor, no, they pull you into their religion. Moor is not a nationality. So when they talk about update your political status and get your Moorish American, that's not a nationality, man. That's not a nationality. That's a religious group. It's a group, it's religion. We were not called Moors. Period. So y'all better know the truth. Know the facts. Not opinions. Not in feelings. No, we have to see things from both sides of the fence. How do you think I'm going to look if I'm a Caucasian man or woman? I was never taught of the true story. And then all I know is, or if I know the true story, that the people who don't look like me enslaved me. Now I have a chance to put my foot on their neck. Why would I want to take my foot off their necks? And don't get me wrong, I am not giving them a pass or making excuses for them. I'm not doing that. What I'm saying is the true narrative needs to be taught. That's what I'm saying. So we all could understand each other and find some common ground. Well, check this out, all right? We didn't do that to y'all. It wasn't us. We were already here, living in our land. We had governments. We were running around pretty much butt-ass naked. We were not disrespecting our women. We were not niggas. No, we were good, all right? Picking, fruits from the tree. We was going in, all right? That was us. And then some people, some brothers that we didn't even know exist on some other continent, they came to us, all right? They started trading with us. You feel me? And we started doing business. Okay, you know what? You want some land? We're going to let some of our people go into your land. Guess what? American Aborigines have been going to Africa, have been going to Spain, have been going to Britain for years before slavery. That was the deal, okay? We were trading cultures. We were trading cultures. And not even that. Their men was also trading their seamen in our women, and our men were actually trading our seamen in their women when we went over beyond into their land. So this whole world is a big bowl of mixed people. Okay? If y'all really want to know truth. But then these so-called brothers that came from these other continents, they got greedy. Okay? They got greedy. They wanted more land. So now the only way to get more land now is to what? Bring slaves. Or bring help. They brought help. Okay? They brought help. So what did they bring? They couldn't enslave the original people because that wasn't in the original charters. It wasn't in the original treaties. So they had to bring the white cargo. And the white cargo started dying out. And they got more greedy and say, you know what? We're going to enslave these people. We're going to renege on these treaties. We're not going to honor these treaties. So it wasn't the Caucasian man who didn't honor those treaties. It was those damn so-called black men who came from Spain, who came from Britain. They were the ones who didn't honor those treaties. Y'all want to know the truth? Can y'all handle the truth? Huh? That's what I want to know. But they're making it seem like it's black and white. Brothers and sisters, don't get tricked. Don't get tricked. The people who are running your lives, they look just like you. But they are paying these people to be in that position to make it seem like it's them. But it's not them. It's not them. All right? Our land is still in trust by the crown. Guess who the crown is? You think it's Prince Philip? You think it's Queen Elizabeth? No. They are the de facto royals. Okay, they got some real royals behind them who look just like me and you. They are on a paycheck. There is no way, okay, that the creation from the original man could be the God of the original man. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. They got y'all emotions all over the damn place, thinking y'all know the truth. No, you think you know the truth. You think you know the truth. But it's deeper than what you think it is. It's deeper than what you think it is. Why do you think Moors, they know that they, you know, all of a sudden the Moors came back on the scene and they know all the laws? Huh? Why do you think they know all the laws? Why do you think they were one of the first set of people telling us we were Aborigines? Because the truth had to come out because of their guilt. Because of their guilt, our ancestors had to force them to tell the damn truth. Why do you think they knew the laws? Because those treaties were signed with them, their ancestors. And they were the ones who reneged on the treaties. So they had the inside scoop. Because they came from this Masonic and this brotherhoods who knew the truth, keeping the secret. And a lot of it sipped out. So that's why when they come on the scene, you think that, oh, wow, the Moors is the truth. Everybody got Bays and L's in their names. Shoot, even me at some point, I knew I wasn't no damn Moor. But when I did the research, they was like, well, you know what, man, you know, you could use L and it doesn't mean you're a Moor. Because I was vibing with some Moors. So I put L next to my name. But I say, you know what, man, I don't want no confusion. So I just stopped calling myself L anything. I don't care if it means this or it means that. All right? Period. But at the end of the day, how come you think they just emerged on the scene? Because they realized that there was a shift and the original people was waking up. So they had to inject the Moor paradigm in there to suck some of our people back into those treaties under the Moor Sundry Act. Under the Moors. So now you could be a subject of Morocco, which makes you a subject of the United States because they are all one. Why do you think the United States was first acknowledged as a nation by who? Morocco. Well, y'all think I don't know this? Huh? Man, let me tell y'all something. I see things. Man, listen, man, Chief, calm down. So this is what's going on. That's the real. That's the real. So they put them on this, they injected them on the scene. All right, damn. These Aborigines, they're waking up, something slipped out. They know they're the Indians. All right, so you know what? We got to let them know we are Moors. All of a sudden, websites, get your paperwork together. Correct your political status. You are a Moor. This is Morocco. This is Anexum, Manaxum, and Manaxin. This is this and this is that. Man, let me tell y'all something. All right? Y'all don't, man, listen, y'all don't realize that you are living in a game, okay? And in this game, there's different levels to win in this game. And one of the last levels you had to go through was to get over the hump of us knowing that we are not Moors. Because they were one of the last levels in the game that was put there, okay, to entrap us and pull us back into the game. Okay? Pull us back into the game. But trust me, I was vigilant. I continue to speak that truth. And believe me, I'm proud. I'm proud of myself because I didn't get feed into it. I never fed into it. Yeah, like I said, I got information. Yes, I did. It was great information. All right? I had to pay for a lot of information. But you know what? Within my heart, my ancestors was always telling me, Chief, you are not a Moor. Moors are not from the Americas. They came to the Americas, all right? We signed treaties with these people, all right? At first, it wasn't no hostile environment. No, we embraced them as brothers, okay? As brothers, whether they call themselves Moors or nobles from London or England or Britain or whatever, okay? We embraced them as brothers. And the deal was we getting some of our people to go into your part of the continent, And some of your people gonna come here and we're gonna trade, we're gonna do business, we're gonna make this thing happen, until they started getting greedy. Okay, they started getting greedy. And that's how all this thing flipped over and turned around. All right? By wanting to take more than what was allocated in those treaties. And then they put all that on Caucasian people. No, Caucasian people first came here as slaves. And then when those Moors, all right, or those so-called black nobles, when they reneged on the deal that they made with those Caucasians, in other words, you're going to come here as a slave. No, servitude. You're going to come here as a servant, and you're going to work for 7 years. And after you work, you will be free. You will get land, because they were vagabonds in England, the worst of the worst. Yes, these Caucasians, yes. And they wanted to clean up their cities. So they used our home, the American continent, as the project, okay? The new world. The westernized world is not the mentality of the Caucasian man. No, don't get it twisted. It's the mentality of those so-called black men on the other side of the world. And they are using the Caucasians as a scapegoat. So when they told them, you know what, you could come here as a slave, no, as a servant, and then they reneged on it. And they brought them in millions and millions and millions. I'm talking about from the mainland to the Caribbean, Jamaica, St. Vincent, Grenada, Barbados, especially when sugarcane was in boom and they couldn't stand the heat. That's when they decided to go get their own people, which is Africans. They enslaved their own. It wasn't Caucasians who did that. Caucasians didn't have the power to do it. Y'all want to know the truth? Can y'all handle the truth? It wasn't Caucasians. And I'm not making an excuse for Caucasians, because when they learned the game, they turned around and did the same thing to the people who did it to them. But the only thing is now, they didn't know how to differentiate between the American Aborigines and Africans. So they put us in all one basket. Oh, I know we won the battle. I'm just going through the motion. You know, I'm just teaching. You know what I mean? Because I know we already won this. This already manifests in the spiritual realm, but at the same time, I'm still teaching the knowledge. The truth has to be told. Okay? The truth has to be told. It's only when the truth is told. I tell people, I don't care how much people talk, when the truth speaks, the truth will stand the test of time. Okay? That's it. That's it. So we need to get the true narrative of what happened. And that's why these people are afraid to let go. That's why they are scared to let us be who we are, because they think that we are going to do the same thing that was done to them. What would I change if I could go back into time? Man, I've asked myself that. I've asked myself that a million times. And what I would have changed was not trust the people who came here and look like us and call us, and we call them brothers. Not trust them. I wouldn't have signed any treaties with them. I wouldn't have given them the opportunity to come into our land in the first place as brothers. If they were going to do it, you know, during war, then you know what? So be it. Well, come fight us for what's ours. But we invited you as brothers to eat at the same table. We signed treaties, okay? And you went back on your word. That's what I would have changed. I wouldn't have trusted them. All right? So at the ending of the day, know the truth. Who did this to us? All right? And who did that to their own brothers? They fought each other, their own brothers, because of greed. Because of greed. Because they always had this idea of nobility. I am better than the next and the peasants. All right? They have always had that. Don't forget, they created the recessive races on that side of the world to be their slaves, because they didn't want to work the land. So what they did, God had to create a man to till the land, because there was no man to till the land. Read between the lines, my brothers and sisters. Who is God? The original man. All right? So God had to create a man, Adam, which means a robot, to till the land. the humankind, the mankind. And they made them their slaves. At first it was just servitude. Okay? While the king sit, you fan the king. Could you fetch me some water? All right? I am hungry. Go make me some dinner. All right? That was what it was about. There was no hard labor. No. But the servants started to breed. They started to breed. And they started to outnumber their purpose. So they became vagabonds and criminals because they were tired of not having enough. And the royals, they had all. So they started to become a what? A menace to society. So a great scheme came up in their head. Oh, you know what? We need to go trade with our brothers and sisters out here in the Americas because we want to make sure our land, we clean that up. We can't have this menace to society. We can't have this savages running around here now. We can't have that. So what we're going to do, let us go to our brothers. Don't think they didn't know about us. They knew about us. Believe that. Because we've been traveling the world for eons. All right? They know who we was. So they came, friends, you know, white flag. Let us trade. All right, let's do some commerce. You feel me? And the honest truth is, yes, some of our American Aborigine ancestors, they took part in what we call the slave trade as well. I have to keep it real because they got into business with those people. They got into business with them. And it wasn't just trading goods and services. It became to the point where they were trading humans, which was the Caucasian people, the first slave, the white cargo. And a lot of the so-called Anion Nation, which is what they call Cherokee, Creek, Blackfoot, they own slaves. All right? They own slaves. As a matter of fact, who do you think abolished slavery? It wasn't Abraham Lincoln. They gave him or Thomas Jefferson, whoever the hell they say it was. It was the Cherokee Nation because they was the biggest nation. They're still the biggest nation today. They were the one who abolished slavery. They had all kinds of slaves. They had so-called black slaves. They had Mongolian slaves. They had Caucasian slaves. They had all kinds of slaves because it was just a business. Just like how you are selling timber and coal and gold. It was just another product. But the first product was the Caucasians. And when they realized they started dying off, then they say, okay, you know what? We got to start enslaving these Indians. And when we started fighting back, because of our nature, we don't play. We fight for what's ours. When we started fighting, they realized they couldn't beat us. So what? They started getting these Africans. Because Africans are a little more domicile. You know, they're a little more subtle. You feel me? Yes, sir. You see what I'm saying? That's their nature. A lot of them. Not all of them, a lot of them. So they got them. And when they came amongst us, they realized that these American Aborigines, they too fierce, man. They got that Indian blood in them. All right? So now they're teaching these Africans how to fight and revolt. So they wanted to separate them. Man, y'all better wake up and realize what's going on. All right? Y'all better realize. All right? So I'm saying all this to say, let us not get into our emotions. Let us look at things for what they are, what they were. Learn the truth before we start hating people. Let us cast the blame and the responsibility where it's meant to lie. Everybody got some blame. Everybody. Not just the Moors, not just our ancestors, not just the Caucasians. Everybody played a part in it. Because you know what? They were all doing it for gain, financial gain, personal gain. And that's what is still happening today. When you get a citation, a ticket for traveling, and they say it's driving, that's for personal gain. There's no law saying that you need a license to travel. No law. But they have to use a word called drive. So if you say you're driving, then that means you need a license. Come on, man. You got to peep the game. It's all for business, personal gain. and know that there's two governments. There's an organic constitution, and there's what? A de facto, or what you call well, yes, de facto, and there's another word. I forgot the other word that I normally use. But anyway, in other words, the color of law. All right? It's under the color of law. It appears to be real law, but it's not. And that's the constitution that we are dealing with right now. But trust me, there's an organic government. There is an organic government. They are in the shadows. And everything you see out here is just a big show. It's a charade. Republican, Democrat, all that is a bunch of charade. It's a mascot. It's carnival. It's politics to distract the people from the real issue. Man. Anyway, man, I'm about to conclude this video, man. All right. So I gave y'all science from a scientific perspective. I give y'all spiritual, and I give y'all some history in one class. Okay, and research everything that I say. You ain't got to believe me. Research everything that I say. Okay, research everything that I say. Who were the first people that came here? It wasn't Caucasians. All right, those so-called Spaniards that you call Spaniards, they were dark-skinned. They were dark-skinned Moors. The conquistadors, all right? They were dark-skinned. They were Negroes. Research it again. Who were the first slaves? Go look at white cargo, all right? I already did video on that. You will see that, yes, they were the first slave. Again, I'm proving everything that I'm saying. Yeah, research that. And I've done videos on that. Okay, I've done videos on that. As a matter of fact, you know what? I will do you guys a favor, and I will also put all that in the link. I'm going to put the White Cargo book in the link as well, because I've already done videos on that. But I'll still put it in there just so for your own research purposes. I will give you the entire book. It's about 180-something pages or somewhere like that. But it's going to be in the link below. So once again, everything that we are going through right now, it is because we volunteer. Okay, we are volunteers to what we are doing. Part of the deal was, that's why, and how I could prove all those things. That's why back in the days when they had their armies, right, when they were fighting for power in our land, the American Indian were not allowed to fight in their lands, in their wars. Pardon me, not land. The American Indian were not allowed to fight in their wars because that wasn't part of the treaty. That's why we had to stand by and watch the British here and the French here fight against each other, because part of the treaty was the American Indians, y'all are out of it. Okay? How much proof do you need again? When the first census in 1790 came out, the American Indians were not allowed to be on the census because we were not part of that. That was for them. Just like how the statutes and codes is not for us, it's for them. But y'all don't know that. Well, some of y'all do. Because we were not supposed to be involved in those things, period. They were always supposed to deal with us from a government to government basis. Well, Chief, I hear you talking. How can you prove it again? Well, go look at House Resolution 331, where they have an obligation to deal with us from a government to government basis. I'm giving y'all all the facts. It's not opinion. It's facts. And that same year in 1988, they put Jesse Jackson, oh, well, you know what? Call them African American to distract us from the House resolution, telling them that they have to deal with us from a government to government basis. I'm giving y'all the facts because at some point they still have to honor those treaties. Okay? They have to honor those treaties. But the only reason why it's not being honored is because you are not stepping up. You, yes, the American Aborigine. You are not stepping up. The people they call the American Indians. You want to be black. You want to be African American. You want to be on the internet playing games and debating all day. That's the problem. That's the problem. Okay? Because all those things are already in place. It is still in place. All we have to do is just step up. That's it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're going to make it easy. And they're making it seem like it's the Caucasians. No, it's not. No, it's the ones who look just like us. They are still foreigners in our land. All right? They don't want us to know because they're eating lovely. They are the true royals. They are the true nobles. All right? Why do you think Prince Henry or Prince Charles, whatever the hell his name is, had to marry an American Aborigine woman? Huh? Because they have always done that. Always done that. Believe that. And a lot of their royals that's in place. Okay? I'm not going to call any names that they have big TV shows telling you you're from Africa. No, they are also part of that bloodline. They are Moors. And they're giving their people big breaks so that they could continue to stay on top of us. Y'all think it's a game, huh? Y'all go ahead and think it's a game. They know who they are. They know who their bloodlines are. They know. So they give them all these big, these big opportunities to tell you, oh, we Africans. Oh, well, I did my genealogy and it took me to Zambuzi Zuho. No, man. No, we've been here. We ain't Africans. Granted, we all have some different, ancestry in us, but we are American first. We are American first because we have been on this landmass from time immemorial. You feel me? We have been on this landmass for so long, they don't even know where we came from. And I'm telling you, I've done extensive research on that. Everything is speculation. Everything is a theory. Well, they might be the 12 of Israel. They might be from the Bering Strait and the original people that came from the... Oh, well, they might be Africans. Might. What are you, Bruce Almighty? Come on, man. Just give us the credit and speak the truth. These people have been here for... We don't know where they came from, but they have always been here. And let's just respect them, man. That's it. They don't want to put no respect on our name. Where Bird at? Come on, man. Put some respect on who we are. And I keep telling people we don't have to fill out no census. That wasn't part of our system. We don't have to do that. We don't have to have no driver's license. We don't have to register no car. That's the law. That's the law, man. But first, you have to correct your political status, brothers and sisters, because they got you as their property, as their citizen. We were never meant to be citizens. And I've showed you enough documents showing you that. Enough documents showing you that you were never meant to be a citizen and you are not a citizen. I have showed you that. You are not a citizen. You think you are. You are not that person on that birth certificate. So they killed the baby and a new man was born. Man. Woo. I hope this is not a little too heavy for y'all, man. Because some of the truth is hard to digest. It is hard to digest. Because I know people who have gone crazy from the truth because they were not ready for it. All right? So if you know there are people who are not ready for this, man, don't give it to them. Because that's a culture shock. It is. To think you were living a truth and all your life, and all of a sudden you find out that it's not the truth. That could hurt deeply. Okay? It could send you bonkers. And don't get me wrong. It's just the passion in me. I'm not shouting. I'm not screaming. I'm just passionate. All right? That's the passion in me. That's just who we are, man. We are passionate people. And that's how I express myself. I'm not mad at my people for not knowing. I'm not mad at you for being ignorant. Okay? Because all ignorant means is the lack of knowledge. But when you know mission and you continue to stay in ignorance, that is plain stupidity. And that's a problem to me. All right? That's a problem to me. Being stupid. There's nothing wrong. We are all ignorant to something. I don't know everything. Every day I'm striving to learn. Every time I go meditate, I ask the sun, you are the oldest source on the planet. Give me information. Give me more. Let that light shine. I want to become the light. Manifest the light. I am the light. Give it to me. I am ready for it because I'm willing to learn. I want to learn. So I never call myself a master of anything. However, I'm a student of everything. That's the difference. All right? And we still got some more fire to go through, brother. You know what I mean? This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. And the fire is what's going to purify us. We have to go to that fire. And a lot of people aren't ready for that. And that's cool. But in every single family, the ancestors, the Great Spirit, is going to wake up the one. Why do you think in the Matrix, Neo wasn't the many? I'm going to repeat myself. In the Matrix, Neo wasn't the many. Neo wasn't us. Neo wasn't them. Neo wasn't all of we. Neo was what? The one. The one. So when you are the one, you are not being selfish. No. Is that the ancestors chose you to be the one in that family, to be the progenitor and step up and put in the work. Get your shit together so you could show your brothers and sisters how to do it. Become the one. There is nothing wrong in being the one. It's only when the one is stuck on being the one that's the problem. But the one is supposed to be the one to help free the others. Be your brother's keeper. Be your sister's keeper. That's what the one does. So don't be ashamed of being the one that was chosen in your family to step up. It's your responsibility. But first, you got to get your affairs in order. What Neo had to do? Neo had to make sure that he was able to learn the Matrix. He didn't get out of the Matrix until the third movie. Until the third movie. So that means in part 1 and part 2, he was still in the Matrix. A lot of y'all are still in part 1. And some of y'all made it to part 2. And a lot of y'all are in part 3, fighting your way out of the Matrix. But you have to be the one. Not the many, but the one. Wisdom, knowledge, understanding. It's all within you. All right? It's all within you. So like I tell people, you have to step up. All right? Stop procrastinating. Stop playing around. We don't have yesterday. We don't have tomorrow. We have today. What do I do today? So when I step out there, I am in my proper political status. Yes, they may not acknowledge it. That's fine. But I'm going to continue to push. I'm going to continue to build. It's not going to happen in one day. Rome wasn't built in one day. All right? Let's forget Rome. The American continent wasn't taken over in one day. We are still being governed by Rome. That's why they tell you Rome wasn't built in one day. You see the coherence? You see it? When they tell you Rome wasn't built in one day, they are telling you that your ancestors were not defeated in one day because we are still living under the Roman Empire. I hope y'all see me. Okay? Know what it means. They're not talking about the Rome over there. No. That Rome being destroyed. That Rome being gone. They're talking about this Roman Empire right here on the American continent. That's what they are talking about. The ideologies of Rome. The concepts of Rome. That's what they are talking about. It wasn't built in one day. So what is the reverse of that? Your ancestors were not defeated in one day. So it's not going to take us one day to get back what is ours. No. We have to continue grinding and standing and fighting and claiming and proclaiming who we are, not just in our words, but in our action. And I promise you, eventually it will happen. Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. That's what they say. Well, guess what? Render unto the American Aborigine what is the American Aborigine. Period. Point blank. Man. Every single day, I'm stepping out there in that sun whenever I have a chance to look into the sun and say, give it to me. Give me the knowledge. Give me the wisdom. I am intelligence. I am the son of the true living God. There's only one. All right? The I am, that all, the universal all. That's what I subscribe to. And that's in me. Give me the power to bring our enemies down to our knees, because it's in me. I don't have to pick up a gun. I don't have to pick up a knife. If enough of us are able to use this, our spirituality, our intelligence, we could defeat any artificial intelligence. And I dare them to step to that intelligence. They cannot defeat us. All right? Because they take this physical body. Guess what? Tomorrow I'm coming back as something else, if I so choose. And when I come back, I'm going to come back more fierce. And I'm going to roar a little harder. Rah! Man, listen, y'all don't, man, listen. I don't know. Shit. I might just go from Chief Kalanago Flying Eagle to Chief Kalanago the Roaring Lion, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, for real. But on a serious note, brothers and sisters, man, victory is already in us because of who we are. All right? That's in our DNA. They can't take that away from us. But however, they could suppress it. They could suppress it with information that you receive. They could suppress it with the food that you eat. They could suppress it with the company that you keep. They could suppress it. They could suppress your greatness also. They cannot take it away, but they could suppress it. It's in every one of us. You feel me? Victory is us. Victory is ours. All right? And we are going to win. We are winning. And we are going to restore balance in our land. And eventually, we're going to restore balance back on Mother Earth. We are who the world is waiting for. Not Africans. The world is not waiting on Africans. Africans waiting on us. Africans trying to run away from Africa. Why the hell would we want to go to Africa? Huh? Why would we want to go to Africa when Africans running to come here? To me, that's just, it's an oxymoron, man. It just doesn't make sense. Or what people are doing things in reverse. This is your land. They're trying to tell you that you're not from this land. So you run into another man's land while the other man is trying to run into your land because he's running away from what they got. Come on, man. This is where it all started, and this is where it's all going to end. When we step up, that's what the world is waiting on. The American Aborigine, not Africans. And I'm not taking anything away from my African brothers. But you had your chance. You had your chance, and you didn't step up. Now it's our turn. So don't try to take us and bring us on your continent. We are not from your continent. We got our home, and it's right here. We will work with you. But as American Aborigines, not as Africans of the diaspora. The hell is that? Come on, man. But anyway, I'm getting a little parched. I'm getting a little hungry. So, for those of you who want to support the build, please do. Okay? If you could do it that way, great. If you can't do it that way, then I also have my Cash App in the link below. Support the build. All right? And for those of you, like I said, that's ready to move forward and get your affairs in order. I always tell people it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and you have to be willing to study, put in the work, and together I know we will overcome. I know that. I wouldn't say Africa is trash. I wouldn't say that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say Africa is trash. You know, Mr. Carbon, you got to stop with the, with the hating. You see what I'm saying? Because when you call that landmass trash, remember, we still have ancestors from that landmass. All right? Our ancestors are still from that landmass. You feel me? So I wouldn't say Africa is trash because there's a lot we could do and build with them. All right? But now we have to do it a little more wiser than what our ancestors did. Not get caught up in the trap. You feel me? Let us not get caught up in the trap. That's what I'm talking about. Learn to do commerce as who we are, as the American Aborigines. I don't have to be a citizen to do commerce. I don't have to be a subject of anybody to do commerce. All right? I want to do it as who I am. Respect me as who I am. Don't try to pull me in no other jurisdiction. Respect me as the original man of the land. Period. All right? And it's that simple. It is that simple, man. We ain't got to put nobody down to be great. That's why I keep telling you, you shall know a tree by its fruit, and no disrespect to anybody. You feel me? When you're vibrating in your lower chakra, you have to demean people. You have to put down people to be great. So no, that's not greatness. Greatness is just acknowledging your greatness and be great. You don't have to put anybody down to be great. It's like a bully. A bully calling himself great because he have to beat people up. No, you're not great. You feel me? No. Be great by just being great. We don't have to put people down to be great. Let us be great and let us be the example. All right? We don't have to degrade nobody. No, we ain't got to do that, man. We ain't got to do that. We don't have to do that. Even the Mongoloids, who are actually, the natives in our place, saying that, they're the original people. I'm not mad at them. You know what I mean? Because who knows what their people went through. So now they are in a mode of survival. You feel me? So eventually all the truth is going to come out. All the truth is going to come out. I'm not mad at y'all, but there's a time when you have to, relinquish what's not yours. You feel me? Let it go. It's not yours. You have to let it go. Give unto the Aborigines what is the Aborigines. And that time will come because I manifest that. So all I do all day, you see me like I told y'all before, I may not have the luxury where you at in the city with cable, all that's, no, I gave all that up. Okay? I haven't had TV for over 10 years, but I gave up the life in the city to come here so I could meditate. Like I said, I'm in a trailer on 2 acres by myself, thanks to my brother who said, Chief, you know what, man? I love what you're doing. Come build. I'm going to give you 2 acres. Let me see what you could do with it. All right? And we are family. So we building. We are putting in that work. I'm on a trailer by myself. He gifted me a trailer. So thank you to my brother. I am Aboriginal. All right? Much respect. But I'm taking my time and doing what I got to do. Man, listen, it get cold as shit. So what I did was that little, you see where I'm at right now, is literally a laundry room. All right? And the space is what? Like I explained it to you guys before. Let me see if I could turn the camera around and show you. Ain't no shame in my game, man. I keep this 100. You see, look, right here. You see over, I'm going to just show you the distance. You see, look. This is the extent of where this is, right where my hand is. That is the extent of the length from here, and from here to here is the back. Okay? And guess what? I sleep on a couch. Okay? On a couch, I got my pillows. I got my comforter. Man, I got my little heater. Man, I'm good. Y'all think it's a game? Look. Right here. Right here. Until we're able to do our own solar panels. So I tell people, I'm not here to sell you any illusion. I want you to know that this is work. That's why I showed y'all the before, and I'm going to show you guys the after of the trailer. Okay? It is work. And I have to meditate pretty much all day. All right? Come do videos. Come do this. That's why I say, you know what? I believe in a symbiotic relationship. I'm giving you. Why not give back? Okay? I'm not saying that you can't be in the city doing what you're doing. I'm not saying that. But while you're in the city doing what you're doing, facilitate a brother who's true about this. You feel me? So that he could be the example and make this happen. So now we could get more people out of the city. So now we could do what we have to do. I'm showing y'all this is real, man. It's not a game. No, it's not. Oh, yesterday, all of the trees, the leaves that fell, I had to go rake them up. And all of a sudden, there was a storm last night with rain. Now, I went outside to make sure that the leaves didn't fall back. But so I'm good. I'm just waiting for them to dry. Then I'm gonna do a fire ritual to my ancestors. So I'm living this for real. I'm living this for real because I want to be the example. I want to prove to my people that we can grow our own food. I want to prove to my people that we can create our own electricity. I want to prove to my people that we don't have to pay rent. I want to prove to my people that we could defend ourselves. I want to prove to my people that we can teach our own children. We don't need nobody to do it for us because we taught them. We taught everybody else. So why all of a sudden we don't know how to do it? Man, we're doing things backwards, man. We're doing things backwards. Backwards. Period. Imagine you live in a city and they're telling you can't defend yourself, but you have to wait around for people. What? They could defend themselves, but you can't? No. Nah, man, that's not the laws of the universe. Don't bring that here. No. Before you came here, we were defending ourselves, and we're going to continue to defend ourselves. But when you are a ward of the state, when you are a citizen of the state, when you are a subject of the state, guess what? That's what you get to deal with. So ultimately, what does that say? It's a matter of choice. Okay? It's a matter of choice. Period. Whether you like it or not, the truth is the truth. And I'm not here to pacify you. I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm not here for likes. I do this for the love of my people. Okay? That's it. Oh, I know we here, brother. I know we here. I know. And I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone. But first, I had to recognize that I was the one. And each of us have to recognize within our own being that we are the one. That we are the one. All right? It's the only way. You have to realize that you are the chosen one. Many are called, but chosen a few. And you could be the only one that's chosen in your family. Shoot, not even just your family, your city. Not even just your city, your entire state. And then you have to go face the beast to wake up everybody in that city. Some of us are called to do that, are chosen to do that. As long as you step into your purpose, you'll realize that it's bigger than you. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than the people in your family. It's about an entire race of people whose identity was stolen. Their legacy was stolen. They were destroyed, raped, murdered, pillaged. The biggest Holocaust on the face of this planet was the American Aborigine, but nobody want to talk about it. Nobody want to talk about it because they realize that the debt that's owed to us, they could never pay it. My thing is, you know what? I don't care if you could never pay all of it. Start paying something, okay? Put something down on it. Do like how we do. You cannot pay the entire light bill, then you know what? Put $50 on it. So you owe us trillions and trillions. I know it cannot suffice for what you have done to my ancestors, but you know what? Put $1 billion down on it. We will work with that. We will work with that. Give us $1 billion, all right? And let us do what we have to do. Because you owe us that. That's owed to us. And all our land that's in trust, yes, let us do what we have to do on our land. But brothers and sisters, it's only going to happen if you step up. Okay? It's the only way it's going to happen. Because if you allow yourself to be a subject, then you're going to be subjected to what they do to you. It's simple. Everything is contractual. Oh, yes, and with interest too. And I'm not talking about not even the principal. Just give us the interest of what you owe us. Because we are the beneficiaries. So we have to step into our beneficial interest and get that. And that's where my mentality is at. Okay? Not talking and debating and arguing with people now. I ain't got time for that, man. I ain't got time for that. I'm on the land doing it for real. My brother's up the hill doing it for real. Okay? Doing it for real. We are doing it for real. And we know it's a process. And it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. But we are going to make it happen. And we're going to show to the world that we are going to make it happen. I'm motivated. For everybody who keeps saying, Chief, you know what? It ain't going to happen. You can't do it. Oh, you're going to run back to the city. I'm going to prove to you. I'm going to do it. I'm going to prove to you we're going to do it. We're going to make it happen. Some way, somehow, I know the ancestors are going to make sure we get that solar panel. I know. All right? I'm not going to come on here and beg for nothing because I know the mentality of our people. I don't want nobody to say that they owe me anything. No, I owe them anything. All right? If you want to support what I'm doing, great. But I'm going to ask my ancestors. I appreciate that. Thanks for the love, Aboriginal. Thank you for the donation. You feel me? But I'm going to make sure that this manifests. All right? I promise y'all going to see some solar panels on here. Okay? Because we already have our own water. And trust me, man, that water tastes so good. All right? And right now, I'm getting electricity from the pole. All right? So I pay as I go. But man, this shit could get expensive as hell. So I was like, you know what? Instead of trying to heat up this whole damn trailer, let me find myself a beautiful little comfortable spot where only one heater, because you know them heaters, they got 2 buttons on them, right? So I put that on one. And then because the space is small and it's comfortable, then that one is heating it up. Now, when it's not cold outside, I turn the heater off. So now I know I'm paying as I go. So if I'm not using, then I'm not paying. So I'm keeping it real with y'all, brothers and sisters. I'm not teaching y'all an illusion. No, I want you to know it's work. It is work. A lot of people cannot live that life, and they're not about that life because they don't want to put in the work. They want to be subjects of the government. They want the privileges. But let me ask you a question. When the government decides to take their privileges away, what are you going to do? That is my question to you. You think it's not going to happen? You think they're not planning to make it happen? You heard what Trump say? The country is divided. And the only way to bring them together, you know, from history, the only way Americans get together, what? When they suffer. So y'all go ahead and think it's not coming. But they got something planned for y'all. So I'm putting myself in a position where I will be able to sustain that storm. All right? That's what I'm doing right now. I've always been able to see ahead of time. Yep. So when the Spirit speaks, I listen. That's what I do. I move in the Spirit. You see, I took for the past 48 hours, 48 to 76 hours, I wasn't doing no videos because the Spirit told me, Chief, you know what? Chill from, you know, that outside energy for a minute. Relax yourself. Get back into your meditation. You feel me? And just do you. But the Spirit told me, you know what, today, I want you to do some videos. So here I am doing some videos. I move in the Spirit. All right? I don't move when anybody tell me move. I move in the Spirit. Now, whether the experience may deem as a good one, a negative one, a positive one, my thing is I'm always looking for the lesson because there's no such thing as good and bad to me. It's just ripe and green. It's just a lesson. Okay? No right, no wrong. It's just ripe and green. It's either it's a lesson that was meant to be ripe or a lesson that's green, meaning that I'm not ready for it. Period. That's what it is. So I am here knowing that I have the potential to step into a realm of consciousness that, man, that's like superhuman-like. And the only way for me to do it is to be in the environment that I'm in right now and to change my way of thinking, change my way of doing. All right. So first, change my way of thinking, change my way of speaking, and change my way of doing. It's the progression. All right. So I'm at the stage right now where I am doing. You feel me? Doing. So that's what it's all about, fam. That's what it's all about. All right. So I may not do another video today. I don't know, but we'll see. That's like the second one. So I think dropping 2 today is a good thing. If I do drop another one, it might just be a little less tense, you know, a little less, studious. It might just be more on just building and vibing with my brothers and sisters, having a good time. You know what I'm saying? But of course, it's always going to be educational, you know. But at the end of the day, I don't think I'm going to go deep in any type of reading, and it takes a lot of energy out of me. So I think I've done 2 today, so I'm gonna just chill, relax, grab me something to eat. I haven't really broken my fast for the day, so I'm gonna prepare something to eat and then relax for a minute, do a little meditation, and see what comes and see what I need to talk about. I'm not sure if I'll be back later, but it's a possibility. Once again, like I said, I move in the Spirit. All right, so I have a few calls to make, and yes, thanks to those of you guys who emailed me. I actually called back a couple of y'all, so I have a couple more emails to return. So I'm going to do that, return them emails, make a few calls, and then I relax myself and see how I feel and make this happen. But once again, get your affairs in order. Know that they have you as a subject. They have you as a citizen. They have you as a ward of a state. They have you as a defendant. They have you as a criminal. They have you as a suspect. It is up to you to correct your political status and say, well, hey, you know what? I'm not all of this. This is who I am. All right. And this would be just the beginning, but it's a great start. All right. It's a great start. It is not the end of the road, but it's a great start. My sister, she's actually on the feed. She always say, I'm going to paraphrase, 1 grain of sand eventually will give you a beach filled with sand. All right. So in other words, one day at a time, taking one step at a time. making the first move, taking the first step is always the key thing. The hardest thing in life is to start. All right. I'm going to repeat myself. The hardest thing in life is to start. But once you have started, then it becomes easier. Yes, you will have obstacles. Yes, you will. But if you continue the course and you stay focused, stay vigilant, I promise you, you will see some type of victory. All right. You will see some type of victory. And like I tell people before, you see your L's, never look at your L's as L's. But what you want to do is you want to flip them over. All right. And turn them into stepping stones. So turn your L's, what you consider an L, a loss. All right. Don't look at it as a loss. Learn the lesson, flip it over, and use it as a stepping stone, and step until you get to your destination. All right. Because we still have a lot of work to do. We still have a lot of work to do. You feel me? So with that being said, I guarantee you we will talk soon, if not later, but we will talk soon. All right, I promise we will talk soon. But I am going to take some time, relax myself, like I said, just to reiterate, get something to eat. I'm going to return a few calls, heat a few people up, build a little bit, and I may return a little later. I'll be back. All right? All right, cool, man. That was a great build. And once again, like I said, man, please let us not turn this into hating people, and let us not vibrate in our low frequency. It doesn't mean that we have to allow people to take advantage of us. No. Let us know the truth and use the truth to build ourselves. All right? And that's what this build in particular was about. All right? So we will talk soon. Enjoy the rest of your continuation until we talk again. Peace, love, harmony, and light. Man, listen, what am I doing? I'm hitting share buttons, I guess. You know, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. All right. Who knows? Maybe I might just do a video and just, you know, open up the live to a few brothers and sisters, and we could just build, man. We could just build. All right. Talk about our experiences, and maybe that's what I'll do later. I think I might just do that. All right. So we'll talk a little later. Peace. I'm out.